get screwed, so we studied your background, your treaties you wrote, fake as history. We ain't going over here on no boat. Frontin' like you indigenous to the land, you disgust me. The tomahawk is back in our hands, it's getting ugly. You running around screaming black power, cause it sells to the truth. Rivers veiled with a bull and high hills. Native Americans butt hurt, can't deal, cause they know damn well the Trail of Tears ain't real. Respect the Aborigine, this land is ours, and though you all, you still a guest, motherfucker. I had one little, two little, three little Indian grandmas, but society keep killing them, telling me, I had one little, two little, three little Indian grandmas, but society keep killing them, telling me, house nigga, real nigga, fake nigga, feel nigga. My skin ain't black, what the deal, nigga? Salute on my real spitters, Aborigines, owners of the land and every goddamn tree and every goddamn sea. Invaders ever crossed, step foot on the land, and you can step the fuck off. Breathe. You gon' make us swing the sacred tomahawk. Fucking around with us with that black conscious talk. Fake pics of slave ships, that's the reference. If we African, look, you gon' need more evidence. I'm American, Aboriginal, indigenous. Your bogey DNA test, that shit is rhetoric. Stay woke, Aboriginal, get out. Your civil rights acts, all you can eat, big out. The Stockholm syndrome, make skits out. Phoenix Moon got the antidote, get that shit out. Meanwhile, I'm rapping about my birthright, fuck a freestyle. Teach each man, each woman, each child. Black races really Indians indeed now. Man, they indeed now. Halito, Title 18, G goes. Pilgrims get free gold with Phoenix and Beast Mode. Bringing my peoples out of the sleep mode. We ain't black, colors, Africans, or Negroes. But one little, two little, three little Indian grandmas, but society keep killing them, telling me, I had one little, two little, three little Indian grandmas, but society keep killing them, telling me.
What's good? What's good? Halito, everyone. Let me see what's going on. Phoenix, I don't hear you. What's good? What's good, everyone? How everyone doing?
What's good? What's good?
Halito, what's good, Mac? What's good with you?
Oh, man, I'm ready to handle some business.
Yeah, we got a good one today, ladies and gentlemen. We have a very good one. I'm Coach Crew Cut, and we got Phoenix and Indian Mac in the building. We just here chilling. We just here about the bill. We got some things we've been working on, talking about some issues, some things that's been bothering me all day. I seen a couple of videos, and I hate watching these videos. And these videos wasn't like something that was on the news or anything like that. These was self videos get caught out of like stores or people's personal videos off their houses, video camera footage off of people's homes and different things like that. And it's just been a lot of crazy things going on in our community. So I think it's time that us discuss us for a while and try to figure out ways to kind of curb what the hell is going on. What you think about that, Mac?
Yeah, if we want to see change, we have to correct ourselves, be responsible for our own actions. And that plays into even the online stuff, be responsible for your own actions. You can't be upset when somebody is critiquing you, because remember, you're putting out information that could be harmful to people, and you're putting it out to the public. So your information, your images, your thoughts is out in the public, so people in the public can critique what you done said, or your thoughts and opinions. Just as well when you're out in public in real life. If you end up hitting, an elder person, there are people who live by morals and will, whoop your ass if they see you threatening a elder or beating up an elder, or So we got to talk about these morals that people then lost over the years. So I totally agree with you.
All right. What about you, Phoenix? What you got for me?
Well, I know for a fact, there's um,
Wait. Turn your mic up, Phoenix. I
Yeah.
can barely hear you.
Yeah. It's like we've been hearing you all night, and now here we go. Nah, you just went totally off just then. Uh-oh. I'm a let her get her mic together, y'all. Um, we got it's just the way everything's been going on. Let me see if it unplug out the back or if it unplug, just refresh. That's all you got to do, and it'll come back. There she go. Okay. All right, y'all. So at the
how
end of
about
the
now? How
oh,
about now?
you sound great. So
Oh,
what's your take on what's going on in the communities and what we've been seeing so far?
well, I know, I've been expressing that I've seen a lot of tears that, we can save them for when tears are necessary. I think that, I don't know, I just like to see some sort of solution, some sort of working towards solutions instead of seeing all of the problems perpetuate themselves. And then everybody acts like, oh, those ain't the problems. The real problem is this, with all this shit falling out of the closet. Um, we definitely got to do better. Um, this culture has pretty much run its course to the point where there's going to have to be some changes in the way that we behave, the messages that are put out, the examples that are set. Certainly, the day of the rapper being anyone's hero is completely over. The days of the athlete to look up to, the Michael Jordan days, those are kind of dying away. And I think that they're dying away because you have all of these people with tons of money and nobody has a solution. You have all of these people with tons of education and nobody has a viable solution.
Mm.
And not that we are all supposed to have all of the answers, but there's too many things that have no answers at all. And then when it comes time to have these discussions, it's like everybody wants to, run and pretend as if the sky isn't falling, and then beg for the sky not to fall down on their head at the same damn time. Um,
Mhm.
and that's pretty much it. We have to take some accountability for what's going on. These serious situations with the violence in the wake of pandemic and all of the racial tension, there's still this situation that hasn't left, and this situation that I'm talking about is the crimes against each other. When Bishop kills Raheem,
Mm.
right? Radamez and Quillez, right?
Facts.
Mm,
That's facts.
yeah.
Then he sits at the funeral and asks his mother, if you need anything.
Mm.
Just like Big Red after Jimmy got pushed off of the thing when Jimmy got killed by the garbage truck in Five Heartbeats, and Eleanor, if there's anything you need. That's how these people do.
Mm-hmm. That's how they do
Fake
it.
love.
Ain't no fake nothing. That's just a sick individual at the end of the day.
Yeah. So we
So
have some pretty serious things to show you and to talk about, and this is for education purposes. We definitely want to make sure we mention that we don't own the rights. Let's say that too.
is there a way that we can
Um,
do I don't know, I might need to do a viewer discretion as advisory or something like that.
You got to. You
Yeah, I
got
might
to.
need to.
Sorry.
Just the
So
Yeah, I'm
amount
not
of
gonna post.
violence.
Yeah, I'm not gonna post it. I'm not gonna post it. So I'm just gonna talk about it and
just
elaborate.
put it, they need the visual. Put a viewer discussion, and we'll be fine. In fact,
Okay.
let me change the settings.
All right.
Um, let me
Let's see.
change the settings because it's the truth. It's reality. We want to make sure that we stay consistent with that. It is harsh and it is cold, but it is what it is.
I don't know.
I think you
Wait a
know what
minute.
the
I don't
one you
even
should
think
show.
YouTube. Uh huh.
Show the if you're gonna show it. Show the one where neither people faces is being shown. You know, because those we
Right.
got to remember those is people family members. So show the
Yeah,
ones
that's
where
why I
you
was
know.
just like, yeah, y'all make this hard.
What to tell
I
the
mean,
truth
No,
journalistically?
yeah,
It
but no,
shouldn't be hard.
I'm thinking is like, okay, you have YouTube, right? And then you have like other platforms that show crazy stuff like that. I'm thinking where in YouTube where they show a human losing his life. I know you see it on Facebook all the time, but I'm talking about on YouTube.
yeah. So and going back to these is people family members too. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, and
you
I don't.
know
Yeah, I
nobody
just.
want to see.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
just got to think about it, like, because I was about to hit
Nobody
that.
wants
I mean,
to see or show what was already on the internet.
Well, it wasn't on the post. I didn't get these off of post. You get what I'm saying? I didn't get these two off of post. Somebody sent the one in Chicago with the two brothers. They sent that to me, and then this last one with the brother Shine. I believe he got that from a gas station or something. You know, because he's cool with the guys that own the gas stations. And anytime something bad happened, he takes his phone and record the video stream. And when they showing him what happened, they let him record it. So and that was the clip of that he sent us. So that was like that's something that he put on the internet, but he put it on Facebook. And I was just saying like, I can kind of go into
guideline.
details and but I was just thinking like they might just straight out cut our page just for that video. So that's the
Yeah,
only reason.
well,
Yeah.
the violence, people just straight up cut lives, and we need to talk about that.
Yeah, we
We
do
need to
need
have
to.
Or
talk about that.
We need our
or what
own
about this? What about we can show
on
not the
Facebook
whole video?
pages. You can show it on
No. I'm
Facebook.
saying like
Oh, and just pause it right before the scene happens.
yeah. What? Yeah. Just pause it right before, way before the scene. Just when he pulling out the gun and aiming, and then just pause it right there, and then hey, look,
You might well just
you
show the
know,
scene. It happened so fast, man. So let me just explain what happened then. Let me just get into it. So
yeah.
everybody, they anxious like, man, what's going on? Okay. The brother posted a video, our brother, Wild Indian, the other day, in Chicago at the gas station. It was two brothers in the store. And as one man was walking in the store, they had an altercation. So it's two dudes on one side and one dude at the door getting ready to walk out. But before he can walk out the door, a lot of people start entering the facility. So you had a woman, but first you start seeing little babies start walking in this store. So you see 1, 2, 3 little children to my very little people, like 3, 4, 5 years old, little people. Okay, they
Stair
walking.
step.
Yeah, they're very small. So they're walking in. You see the mother coming behind them, and she's walking the kids around into this little tight, because they're real small. We're talking a gas station. So as she's walking in, another man walks in behind him, like an elderly man walks in behind the family. So as soon as the mama and kids walk in, that's when everything gets serious. Okay, so having no disregard of life or who you're around, knowing that your face is splattered all over every camera in here, walking in and out of this store. Before the man can walk out the store, once everybody walk in, as soon as it's clean for him to walk out the store, they shoot this man at least, I don't know, 4 or 5 times, right there on the camera, right there in front of the children, right there in front of the old man, the lady, everyone. Okay? It was, I don't care about these kids' life. I'm gonna fuck their life up because I'm about to kill this nigga. That's how that happened. And I told Phoenix as soon as I seen it, I said, this shit been on my mind all day. I've been
All
telling
day.
Sharka everywhere I go, I've been thinking about that little scenario that someone is walking away, no matter what you had to say to them, especially if you don't know this person, and maybe you had, hey, what you looking at, fool? It was one of them little conversations like that.
Yeah.
And in like 2 seconds, boom, he lost his life. And that's just that imagery. It might not even be good to put in nobody. I don't even think nobody else need to even
The
get
imagery
this.
of the truth. The
Of
imagery of the truth. If we put it in a movie, everybody would flock to go see it.
oh
Right?
yeah,
Everybody wants to go see Juice.
right. That
Everybody
would
wants to go see Juice. And
and
everybody wants to cash out, spend that cash to see Juice, but they don't want to spend the cash for the funeral. In real life, real time, though, right?
right. They move on with their
Worried about
lives.
this especially in a world where you feel like you got to be politically correct, and we've watched millions of people die online, right? And social media, while they're screaming they can't breathe or calling for their mother or something, somebody got a phone in their face. So now we got to be sensitive and delicate. People watch reality TV all day, surrounded by the news, where it's nothing but things that are, some are real and some are not. But the real shit, got to be careful with, because it's too fucking delicate. The truth is too fucking delicate for the fragiles.
Well, Phoenix, it hit differently when somebody, a lot of people when they see things on the screen, whether it's a movie, television, whatever, it don't hit the same as being around somebody who been shot or somebody shooting around you. It's just a different, like the gunshots is just a different. It feels different. It's just different
Hey,
than TV.
Mac, it's TV, but think about it. Those kids, not just they witnessed and heard those gunshots and seeing, and they didn't actually see the man get shot because luckily the mom got them around. When that first bullet went off, the mama took them kids and they went on around that corner. You get what I'm saying? But they still inside the store. So when those guys left and the smoke cleared, those kids had to come out and view. Now I know the mom, I know the mom was like, y'all don't look that way, and took them kids out of there and kept them kids' eyes from witnessing that bad scenery. You get what I'm saying? And it's sad that we have come to, because like we were saying back in the day, they would have some type of code about the way they move. We don't have that no more. And it's like there was no, okay, so they say the father ain't in the household no more, so now the child is running off what he's seen and what he admired. So it'll be street niggas, rap, and movies. So I've been watching movies all day. I done seen all these folks die. I'm John Wayne now. Because that was a movie scene. That's some stuff you see in the movie right there.
Yeah. Yeah. And you absolutely right. I mean, the father not around, so now they're looking up to entertainers. And then they see and then they hear the same thing every day. Boom, nigga, I'm about to shoot your ass. Boom, 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 nigga, I'm about to shoot your ass. So I mean, it's just, and they think it's cool, but when coach, and you said it, you've been hit before. It's a different feeling. It don't. I don't know, man. Like, and I didn't have people die right in front of me too. I didn't have, look, it's a different feeling. It's a different feeling, and should no kid have to learn about that at no early age? Y'all should
Man,
be playing with toys and Barbies.
man, you
whatever.
just gave them post-traumatic stress.
4 and 5 years old in New York City, like, don't look back. You hear the bang, 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 and you look back. We saw gray matter way before we were supposed to. Definitely seen gray matter.
So really, at the end of the day, y'all seen that video with the little young girl with the white officer lady was trying to talk to the little girl, and the little girl just started crying automatically. She just started breaking down, crying. Y'all didn't see that? And the officer was like, oh, no, don't cry. And the little girl was just crying and crying and crying. I'm talking about they was at the playground. The officer wanted to walk up and play with the little kids. That little girl just started crying immediately like, no, I do not want to die today. Please, officer, get the hell away from me. The officer still trying to sit there and coat the child. The child just screaming her little eyes out. That's how it's about to be when these little kids see grown men walk in the building. They just like, okay, we about to kill ourselves. Oh, you see what I'm saying? We just traumatized. If a person can go overseas and see someone die and come back and get treated for post-traumatic, what is it?
Stress disorder.
That's it. Stress disorder, right? PTSD. So
They
if
made it appear as though it was only for people in the military, because it's a
fuck that, fuck that.
Negroes here that have been outside the country and they got PTSD.
I got a cousin, and I need to reach out. And I'm reaching out right now while we live. I have a cousin. He is retired from the service. He married my cousin, okay? And that's what he did. When I went to go visit him in Jacksonville, Florida, and he was taking me out. He was explaining to me what type of work he did, and he was working with, with those type of people that comes from overseas, and we need him. I need to talk to him like, yo, man, what can we do to start treating our own people for these disorders? Because we have a lot of them in our community, and they need to be treated.
I totally agree. The brother that's in Florida, your cousin, his name don't start with a B, do it? Bernard?
No. His name's
Okay,
not
okay.
Bernard.
Because I was about to say, boy, we closer to each other than what we think.
You have
We
to
need more
address it.
vets on here too.
This goes back to
What is it
now
again?
these children
PTSD? Oh, wait, I got it.
Yeah,
post-traumatic
PTSD.
stress disorder.
Yeah, I just texted her and said, can I talk to your husband about PTSD? And my first cousin, y'all. Let me see what she say. I really need to holler at him because we have a real serious issue that is being straight ignored. Out of everybody's getting their agendas pushed still through this Black Lives Matter, and we still ripping and running and knocking our heads off. What they say, last week we did, 50-some murders in Chicago? What was it, 40-something?
Yeah. Well, I think it was 105 altogether or something like that.
Nah, not in one weekend. I think you might have
That was
shots.
Father's Day, between
You might have
Father's Day and
y'all
weekend.
see this how it break down in Chicago when they had them numbers like that. It might be like 60 shot, 9 killed, you know what I'm saying? But I think the deadliest was this last weekend. I believe it was like 50 killed in one weekend. So we really need to
Well, where's Black Lives Matter at marching down there? Where's the Nation
They
of
not
Islam?
over there.
Ain't the Nation of Islam temple down
Hey,
there?
we not about to get into them folks, man. Them boys ain't right neither. They right there on Stony Island on the south side. Yeah, the Mecca, Chicago. That's where they at. They selling
That's what
bean
I'm
pies
saying.
all around that joint. They not stopping nothing in the city. It's got
And
worse.
get lines on the side of their head. I understand that, Coach. I understand that. But if we have these so-called black militant groups, black leaders, where's Farrakhan? Where's all these niggas at? If this is going on right in these niggas' backyard, where's these
Farrakhan lives
niggas
in
at?
Arizona. He don't even live in Chicago.
Now look at it like this.
He stays in
Look,
Arizona.
Look, when Nipsey died, bro, when Nipsey died, out here in California, you had, although many gangs still don't want to deal with each other, but a lot of them was like, okay, yeah, we gotta do something about this. You know what I'm saying? Because if this dude who has money and is a reputable from his neighborhood getting knocked off like this, I mean, and in broad daylight in front of everybody, there's something we got to do. So you had different people from different hoods communicating with each other, you know. And I'm saying maybe that's what it takes. That's what Chicago have to do. The street dudes got to be like, man, look, y'all gonna have to tone it down with all this, because these, like I said, the Nation of Islam, the Moore Science Temple, whatever other organizations is out there, even including Black Lives Matter, they not finna do nothing. It's a money grab with them. They just need their congregation. They need you to donate to them to keep the cycle going.
They using it to get their agenda across. Yeah, they use it to get their agenda across.
Well, can you pull up what I sent you earlier about what's happening? Let me send it again.
I got
About
it.
what's taking place
I got
in
it.
Chicago. Yeah, why don't you show the people
I got
what's
the
happening?
New York Post. So the mom of slain Bronx hoopster. That's the one you talking about?
No, not that one. This one here, that indicates what's going to be taking place tomorrow in Chicago also.
Oh, yeah. That's why I wish I need Sean over here.
Oh, yeah. So there's some other things going on. Let me get this over to you. We always provide sources. So if you can, I'll drop the link here too. Let me see. And Coach, you can pull it up.
Tenfo. I got let me see. No, he still ain't came in. He sent me a request. Said, man, let me. I want to talk.
Okay, so let me drop the link here in the chat. And that is to what's going to happen tomorrow in Chicago, in the state of Illinois. So minimum wage is going up to $14, and it will go up to $15 just in the city of Chicago, as of tomorrow. And then by 2021, they have to raise it to $15. They also have implemented to where every child, before they leave the 8th grade in the state of Illinois, they have to know LGBTQ RSTUV history.
Yes, by 8th grade, y'all. And see, in Chicago, now remember, in Chicago, 8th grade, you graduate. That's the year you graduate. You have a graduation at 8th grade in Chicago. We don't do that down
Right.
south, but in Chicago, you graduate.
So we discussed the other day, Wild Indian and I were discussing the districts, 18 districts in Illinois, 13 of those 18 districts where all of these schools, hundreds of schools were shut down, are in Democratic neighborhoods. Okay. These are your troubled areas. You have your aldermans, you have everybody, they're whacking judges over there, and all types of stuff is going on. All types of shit is going on over there. You have 18 districts, 13 of them are dominated by Democrats. Some skin folk. What's going on over there?
Wait, so Phoenix, you said the kids will have to learn about the alphabet gang?
Yes.
Yes, indeed. If you scroll down, this first portion here is about minimum wage. Coach, if you can scroll down a little bit, I'll read it for the people.
No problem. Let me see. Oh, snap. I got to go reset. Hold on.
See, we always provide sources where you can find the information.
Okay, it's Barrington Hills, I think that was. Let me see. I'm trying to find where I can scroll this up and down. I don't see no. Okay, I got it. Let me take this off. I know what to do.
See, so what I'll do, like if I lived in Chicago, my son, when they are teaching about the alphabet gang, out of respect, so that because I wouldn't feel comfortable with my son learning about two women scissoring and two men, doing that. So I would take my son out when they're having that type of thing going on at school. I'll take my son out and then bring him back when it's over with.
This is what the people of Illinois did not disagree to. Isn't that Obama's territory? Illinois public schools will now be required to teach students about contributions LGBTQ RSTUV people have made in Illinois and the United States. The new law requires that students should be presented with history lessons that include the contributions of members of the lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, and queer communities before they graduate from 8th grade. Now listen to this. Civics education. Starting next school year, all public schools in Illinois will be required to include at least one semester of civics education in 6th, 7th, or 8th grades. The civics curriculum will be required to include coursework on government institutions, current events, service learning, and simulations of the democratic process, which mirrors a mandate that's on the books for high school students. So you're turning them into Democrats.
Mm-hmm.
In 2015, then Governor Bruce Rauner signed a law requiring high school students across the state to complete civics coursework in order to graduate. So here it is, you have a city of children that barely go to school, and when they do go to school, they're pretty much going to have 2 meals out of the fucking day when they're not in between, when it's not killing time, when it's not Bishop and Raheem time, this is the type of shit that's going on. So people knowing what's going on around them, nobody's hiding this information. No white person is saying you can't know what you need to know about what's going on in Chicago, can they? Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Well, where's all the colored folks at when they're making up these? Because this is not law. This is just simply, this is like an act. So where's all the color folks? Ain't no color folks speaking up. Ain't nobody saying nothing. Everybody acquiesce.
Yes.
Ain't nobody
Well,
saying nothing.
not only do they acquiesce, but they don't even know. They have not even a clue that these things are going on. You got some people that is just full of hate and rage, and they worried about what everybody else is doing. Right? We know that there are some people that are doing things like that, and this is not a concern. Not a concern. Not a concern.
Mm,
Not a concern. Or not enough concern. It's only a concern when it comes time to begging for something that they already have. The power to stay alive another day and not by an act of violence from someone that looks like you. So yeah, there's another cop that shot another person, but there's 50 more thousand, 11 million more nakers that keep naking.
And then when they have to learn civics, you got to learn the democratic way. You can't learn nothing about the
Oh,
republic. This is
it's
a
already
republic,
going to
not
be
no
weird
democracy.
because everybody else that they have is old. Trump is shutting down the immigrants, so you won't have any fresh new foreigners to come and make the laws for you that make them suitable for their constituents and their families as in these targeted areas in which they're running. Right? Is
Mm,
that too heavy for them to
yep.
talk about?
Because I said that earlier. These foreigners, they come up over here, they set up, and you think they're not going to vote for the Democrats and bring the rest of their family up over here and then outnumber us? What are y'all thinking? Ain't nobody thinking? Y'all want more foreigners to come over here to outnumber us, to suppress us,
Hey,
to
Mac,
suppress the real.
you
Yes,
know where
sir.
their headquarters at, don't you? Oh shit.
Who's?
Oh Lord.
Who you talk about? The Alphabet Gang?
Yeah, the Democrats.
Oh, where's it at?
We had looked it up. Phoenix, you want to enlighten him where the what the
I'm sorry, say that again.
I told him, I said, you know where the Democratic headquarters at, don't you?
Oh,
And I said no, Phoenix. So yeah, put me up
oh
on
yeah.
game.
Yeah, so okay, hold on, let me
Yeah, she look. Hey, boy, you in for a treat? Let me see. Brian's in here. I gotta get him the unmute your mic. I don't know where Brian at. I see his name, but I don't see him. But yeah, the Democratic Party. You want me to go ahead and give it? I think I know where it's
I'm
at.
gonna send it to you right now.
Oh, you gonna send it to me so I can show it to everybody? While you
Yes.
doing that, I wanted to go over this again because I just got it up where everybody can see it.
Go for
Illinois
it.
public schools will not be required to teach students about contributions LGBTQ people have made in Illinois and the United States. The new law requires that students should be presented with history lessons that include the contributions of members of lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, and queer communities before they graduate from 8th grade. Remember, I told you they graduate in 8th grade. That is, I would be going a wall. I'm sorry. I've been lost my mind. All right, what you got?
You
Where
know
you
what?
at?
Coach,
Um,
you know what will stop this? Your Constitution of the United States can stop this.
that's
They
right.
can't be imposing things on you,
Well, they showed
right?
trying to impose sexual preferences on my child before my child can even graduate. Just be a child at that. Let my child be a child, head ass. Make me spaz
Yeah,
on
my
them
son
folks.
ain't finna learn the grip and pull method with his mouth. My son not finna learn the grip and pull
What?
method with his hand. My son ain't
No.
finna learn the grip and pull method.
No. What?
They
No.
got me fucked up. The grip and pull. My son ain't learn. He's too young to learn about the grip and pull method. Come on now. That's what I'm saying. We the people. We got the power. These motherfuckers ain't got the power. We got the juice.
That's right.
Stand
We got
up.
the juice. It's a fact.
Gripping and the pulling in
No.
a second.
No.
Shit.
No, don't do that. No, I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready. I was not ready. I wasn't ready. No.
Coach. They trying to teach our boys how to grip and pull with their lips and grip and pull with their hands. It's not going down, sir. It's not
Hey,
going down.
no lie about that. It's no lie. No lies detected.
Oh yeah.
No lies detected.
Yeah.
I know one thing.
Uh-huh.
We're gonna have to do something about this shit. What we gonna do? Are these the future caregivers? See, they have to do this civics thing here in Chicago because everybody's getting old. Nobody's getting room for politics, right? Who's in
This
those
is
public schools?
crazy.
And
This
who's
is
gonna be
crazy.
there? They're placing their LBGTQ RSTUV children in your districts. So your
No, they're
future leaders
forcing it.
are gonna be,
They're forcing
hey,
it.
1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and get your sit upside and
What the churches got to
Oh
say
my
about? Because in Chicago, it's a church on every
can't say
corner.
God.
anything. They can't. The church's
Ooh.
501c3 says that they can't say a damn thing about politics.
So the 501c
Wait,
that
are
now
they?
you see why I don't want the 50c. What now you
And
see
for
why I
what?
don't want that? Because I
That's
need to
for
be
a
able to
religious
talk about that
organization.
stuff.
That's for a religious organization.
Oh
That's
yeah.
why we need to open up a super PAC, a political action committee, right?
Mm.
And then we
Wait, wait,
got
wait,
we
wait,
could get
wait, wait, wait,
we
wait,
got
wait.
the power to
Y'all
get
got to run
behind
it
whoever
back.
we want.
He said run it back.
So you got to run it back. So for those who don't know, a church is a 501c3, right? But then they said that church and state is separate, but really it's not separate because it's a
It's
business.
really not separate. This is why I said that
So,
we can sue.
Right.
so
It's
is
not
that
separate
why
at all.
the churches closed down, Coach? Is that why the churches closed down during coronavirus? Because it's a business? You heard me, Coach?
Say it one more
So
time.
Because
Say it one more time, Mac.
is that why the churches closed down during the coronavirus? Because they are a business in reality.
Yeah, oh yeah. Oh yeah. They got that EIN. Anything with an EIN is a business.
Thank you.
You letting them
So that how many
you
man?
letting them know how much money you make so they can take taxes off of, but you claiming 501 so you don't have to pay tax. I mean, so you don't have to pay tax. You get to keep all the money.
Sad. This is sad.
Hold on. Let me tell my
But
mic
church and state supposed to be separate, and it's not. So y'all just learn something.
Yeah. Come on. I'm over here calling folks.
Yeah, Dave coming on. You said you had someone else coming to join us.
Oh yeah, he should be on. Let me see. There you go. The brother. Let me bring him up real quick.
Check in the chat. I think I gotta go in another
The
way.
brother Brian. What's up, Brian?
Yeah, what's good, man? What's good, man? How you doing?
Doing all right. Was you able to listen to what we were saying?
Yeah, y'all got a serious conversation going on.
So what you got? Well, what you got to say about any of it?
Well, this is a conversation that I do have with my wife and others, especially when it comes to the secret of the Black Lives Matter and what the agenda is being pushed, because everybody has to understand this country is changing, and it has nothing to do with family no more. We is basically
Family's out the picture.
Yeah, family's out of the picture, and it's scary when we look at our history and we see this all about family, going all the way to even back before the Europeans even came here, knowing that, us being tribal people, we take care of one another. That's gone out the window. And what you were saying about the shooting, that video, we so desensitized. It's like we don't even care no more, because once you push it out so much, everybody ignores it. You
That's
see what I'm
right.
saying? And we kid to the fact that, oh, somebody just got killed. Well, people get killed all the time. No, but it's because I'm a person that deal with post-traumatic stress because me seeing people being killed when I was in the military. So the fact is that when you come back, you kind of like, you don't know what to do. It changes your whole mindset. It changes everything about you. So the fact is, when you seeing them kids are affected for the rest of their life, no matter what. And it went away from us fighting, put your hands up, to the fact is, I pull out a gun and shoot you in this, I don't even care no more.
That's
Can I
basically
ask you
how
a
them
question real quick,
videos
bro?
was. That's how them video was.
Bro, may I ask you a question? So when it's around the 4th of July or when you hear loud noises of fireworks, does that do something to you? Like, does that make you paranoid? Does it trigger something?
Yeah, it does. It does. And that's the scary part about it because it does affect you in many ways than anything. So I'm a type of person, and I mean, I give praises to my wife because she calmed me down. And plus, I started going through therapy too. The fact is, I don't have my gun on me at all times. And I stay in a nice neighborhood, but when I hear fireworks or I'm paranoid that I'm thinking somebody else trying to break in my house, no matter what, I'm always on a paranoid mindset. So I keep my head on the swivel and I don't trust no
Whoa.
one.
I feel you. I mean, after looking at them videos, can you blame you right at the moment? You work, you have a good job, you take care of your family, you have a nice home, and you're trying to raise your children the right way. You're trying to give them this information. You know what I'm saying? You're trying to make sure they know what's going on. So I mean, what else are you supposed to do? You let somebody come and harm you and your family? And then after looking at all these videos, it's almost like, oh man, this can come anyway, from anywhere. You get what I'm saying? Especially the folks
Yeah.
you're not supposed to be worried about. I'm not supposed to be worried about Ray Ray and Pookie and them. I'm at home. Why am I worried about my own people right this moment?
Yeah, but it pushes it pushes away from all other stuff too. It literally it'll damage you. So the fact is you don't know when you're gonna snap. That's the problem. That's the scary part about it. You always in that moment, and it changes your mood. It changes everything. So
Right.
it's not a good feeling. But I'm working through it. I'm getting through it, and I'm gonna say therapy helped because I'm able to talk it out.
Have somebody.
And to the fact is, I kind of because I had anxieties too, and it actually affected my sleep. So I averaged like 3 hours of sleep. So that's the worst part about it because I couldn't sleep at night because if I hit any cracks or anything up, I'm up ready to do something.
Well, what
Gotcha.
about a
That's the
large
scary part.
crowd? Because I know some people that I know that been in the military, being in war, being in war, kind of makes them not comfortable being around a whole lot of people. Or do you go through that as well too, or is it just really the loud noises?
It was mostly the thing about my situation was I was in Saudi Arabia and it's actually wasn't even wartime. It's actually the end of Ramadan. And I happened to be a nosy dude wondering where everybody was going. So I was like, oh, where everybody going? And then they take me to it's like the city, like the city building. They literally was chopping people heads off. And to see that in real life, to the fact is that they push you up front, to the fact that you can't even leave, and they got you and say, this is what's going to happen if you disrespect our country. That would never leave me because it had me traumatized. It had me, be honest with you, I was racist towards Arabs. It had me going through a lot of different emotions because when you stuck into an area and you by yourself, that's what my problem was. I was by myself. So I was fearing my life. Like, yo, am I next? But big crowds, nah, I don't really worry about it. It's, it's crazy, but at the same time, you just have to live with it. I read a lot. I read a lot just to keep my mind off of it.
So I got a question for you. No, I'm drilling you. I got everybody. This is Brian from the Three-Headed Monster. I'll be on their show. These brothers be giving that work. It's a very good brother. I'm on with Mac and Phoenix. She's about to get on. I'm about to bring her in a minute. But I had one
Nice to meet
question. This is the question I've been asking everyone. If you had a way to change the violence in a major city like that, or had a say so or any input on helping them stop the violence, what you think that we can do that can curb the senseless murders in our cities or anywhere,
Well,
or mainly
you have to
major
understand.
our communities? Huh?
Everybody has to understand why these are happening because you took jobs out, you took the money out of the community. I mean, you got to understand the
Is it too
redlining.
late now
We've
though?
been put, is it? It's never too late. But I mean, at the same time, this was where education come in. The fact that we have to find out who we truly are as a people, and then once you find an identity, first of all, we got to find out we have to come together as a people. We're not black, we're not Negro, we're not all these African American. I'm saying I'm indigenous. You know, and when people don't like to hear that, I'm like, well, I don't care what you like to hear. It makes me feel proud
It
because
give you a
once
sense.
you
Oh, I
study,
like that. Go ahead.
but it makes you give you a sense of who you are and make you respect the ancestors. That's the thing about it. And understanding what they had to go through going through this country, getting land taken away from you. So I study history. I love history. Actually, I didn't even start reading again until I was in my 40s. So this is crazy when you get to the fact you get wrapped up into something so much that there's so much information out there, and then listening to y'all, is and seeing you see our posting and you jumped in when we was talking about, are we African American, are we American Indians, and a lot of people didn't like it, but I don't care. That's what I'm representing that, and
You just
I
standing
can
on
trace my
truth at the
line.
end of the day. I got you, man. That's dope. That's dope. Mac,
But
you
it's
still
scary because a lot of people want to hear it. That's the problem. When you don't teach people to read, it's a reason why they didn't want us to read. Because you find out something about yourself.
Mm.
We keep going through these schools, we keep going through indoctrinations from K to 18. We can't get out of that. We have to get out of that. And we got to start teaching our kids who they are. Period. That's it.
Facts.
Stop putting it in the school's hand.
Well,
It's your fault.
you came and dropped some bombs today, big homie.
Hey,
You did
trying to do
some.
what I do, man.
Hey man, hey, but that's so it's just like this is how we as adults need to talk to our children. Um,
I have a question for Brian.
go ahead, go ahead.
Yeah.
Brian, since well, I'm pretty sure. Well, we all suffer. I know I certainly suffer from types of post
Brian,
traumatic
you on
stress disorder.
I'm about to put him on the scene. Go
Uh,
ahead.
oh, go ahead. But I wanted to ask if, since you have been on your journey for your ancestry, has that done anything to ease any of your triggers, or has it given you a different way to channel some of the effects of the PTSD?
Yes. And on this journey of learning who I am, then that's the main thing. You have to know thyself. Once you know thyself and start dealing with things within you, and you have to start loving yourself. And that's the scary part about it is when you start loving yourself and you fix yourself, everything in your circumference start fixing itself. That, oh well, I've been married for going on 9 years, actually on the 11th of July, and
Mhm.
I can tell you now the first 5 was rough because I'm fighting demons that I didn't even know I had within myself. So I had a bunch of buddies of mine, older cats, some elders came to me and said, "Man, you need to go to therapy. You need to talk this out." And I'm like, "Ain't nothing wrong with me. Nothing wrong with me." And that's where counseling come in. I'm telling anybody, man, get counseling if you need it. Sit there and talk your problems out. Because what happens
Right.
is you speaking it, and then you speaking things in, and the ancestors hearing what you're saying, and they was like, okay, let's find something to help him. Because I go to the gym is another way I get my stress out, but I read. When people get on my nerves, I'm in a lecture, I'm listening to something, and I'm reading to even to increase my vocabulary and my knowledge about self. You got to know yourself. If you don't know who you are, you're just gonna be listening to a bunch of people tell you who you are. You'll be lost. You're always gonna be lost. So just find something. And you being saying I'm indigenous, learning this. I mean, I'm even happy just to even be on your podcast. It's an honor, you know. So like
Thank
I
you.
said, it's a lot. It's a lot. It's some questions I've been hitting coach on, but at the same time, if you able to have a conversation without nobody arguing, nobody coming at nobody's throat, it's respect. So I respect you, whatever you say, no matter if I like it or not. We just have to learn to respect, and that's what our youth is showing, but some ways in good ways and some ways in bad, because they don't like to listen to the elders when we try to push knowledge out, and that's something that we need to fix.
Indeed. I agree.
So, because that's something that we don't want. When you grow up, you didn't want to listen to your parents tell you something, and when you get older, you be like, man, they literally trying to put that knowledge on me. And me being and this is another thing. Me being a father of 6 beautiful kids, having 2 kids in high school, and and going through the military and coming back to, I was wild, and I didn't care. I was a rebel. Like, the police was like, yo, you need to chill out, because I didn't care about myself. That's why I say you have to know thyself and love thyself. Once you love yourself, everything is fixed within itself.
Changes a lot.
Yeah.
Yes, it does. Well, thank
then
you so much for stopping by. Thank you.
I appreciate
How's
it.
your ancestry is
Yeah,
going
we
good?
appreciate it. For real.
You go good with your ancestry? Best
I'm
of
gonna
luck
need
with
some more
that.
help. I'm gonna need some help
Well,
on that. Deep,
we'll
but
be
I'm gonna need a
around.
little bit more.
We'll be doing
Appreciate that.
genealogy courses live. We got a lot of. We'll be able to help assist people get past some of those roadblocks pretty soon. I look
And
forward to
also,
it.
I need to get on with Coach. I forgot to get them tickets, man. For the live view, because I won't be able to get down to Atlanta, because I'm up in Philly, and we seriously still on lockdown, so we can't even leave out. I can't even go to Jersey, dude. I'm 5 minutes from Jersey. So I'm listening to y'all this weekend.
Fantastic. Thank you so much.
No problem. What's up, Coach? Talk to me.
I'm unable to hear you, Coach.
All right, so what's going on is, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah, we hear you.
Okay, so we're just really trying to tackle our own situations and find solutions to try to I don't know, deter these senseless killings. Again, everyone don't like no one's talking about black on black crime. We want to talk about justice for everything else except for justice for ourselves.
Right.
We have to change the way this is being pushed towards our children, only because now we see what happens when you talk about killing folks all day. You see what you see what happens when you do that.
I gotta. Can I jump in right quick?
Come on.
Sure.
We need to desegregate. We need to get back to what we were
Nah,
before.
I ain't gonna say that. I ain't gonna say that. I'm gonna have to. I'm bucking on that one. I think
The reason why I'm gonna say that, and maybe, like I said, you can agree or disagree.
People don't even integrate with their families. We're gonna integrate with strangers, people that don't want to. They want to be better than you, but they want to be equal to their alleged supremacist peer. No.
Mm-hmm. No. What I'm saying is,
that was okay, but
he's not saying integrate. He's saying segregate.
I'm saying integrate with a bunch of Negroes. I know what he was saying.
Now it's kind of hard. Now it's kind of, it'll be rough.
It doesn't stop your house from getting robbed. It doesn't mean that the lady next door is gonna let me get 3 eggs until payday. It doesn't mean that her kid won't try to kill my kid, right? Let's tell the truth. Let's tell the truth. We're dealing with people that have been absorbed into this, it's like what's the word that I'm looking for? They act like we're not supposed to have these
So,
conversations. We're not supposed to talk about the crimes against each other. We got a serious situation where every other day you have a chance of getting killed by somebody that looks like you than the small number of people that actually are getting killed by police. So they raised a whole bunch of hell over several men that did not need to lose their lives at the hands of police. But they raised a lot of hell
Oh, he said
over the
decent.
millions and thousands of people that have died in the hands of their own. Going to a barbecue, going to a cookout, the little boy in the Bronx the other day that was murdered, going to St. John, full scholarship, good kid, and in his last words, call my mother, right? Minding his business. No beef, no gang member, nothing.
and that's deep and that's scary
There's no riots
because
over that. There's nobody wanting to tear up no neighborhoods like if y'all little niggas don't stop killing.
It need to be for everyone. Every time somebody die,
The same temperature.
this town need to nut up. They need to nut up. They need to nut up. They talking about going to the police officer house. They need to go to them folks' house. Like, look,
They ain't
y'all.
doing nothing. They
Yeah.
not
no
even going
snitch
to
coming.
tell the police nothing.
Huh?
They're gonna go to the funeral and they're gonna ask their mother if they need anything. If I hear anything, I'll let y'all know. That's what they're gonna do.
Well, you
But
know
this is
what?
what the snitch rule come in.
No, go ahead, Brian. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. This is where the no snitch rule come into effect, and it damaged the neighborhood. It literally destroyed the community just because
That's
don't
not
tell.
the same
Don't
thing.
tell.
I ain't gonna say that. It all depends. When you say snitch, we gotta see what we're talking about here.
It just felt like
But
somebody
what I'm
gets
saying,
arrested
you
in
get killed.
Colorado
Do
or somebody that's doing
what
the
do you
same
do?
thing, and that's not the same thing. That's
Uh,
what
Well, you
snitching
got
is.
to understand, y'all.
Snitching is when you're
Brian is
doing
right.
something with somebody, you commit a crime with somebody. Me and you then rob the bank. I get caught and I snitch on you. That's
And you
snitching.
don't, I don't
Yeah,
on you.
yeah, that's snitching.
That's
But
snitching.
coach, what they're saying, see, the dumb niggas in the streets, this is what they telling people. If you saying anything at all, you a snitch.
It don't work like
is.
that.
No, I know
It
it don't
doesn't
work like that,
anymore.
but that's going back to having
And you want to
morals.
know what? Do you thank Takashi for that? Huh?
Oh, they love
Oh, that's
Takashi. Look, he said that
Who?
punk.
Is he the
My bad.
trendsetter now?
He said, "Oh, that punk." No, boy, you cut up. You
No,
cut
but it's
up.
facts though. I mean, but dude, who can we say at fault to destroy the neighborhood? Who can we point the finger and say this is
Well,
the turning point of where our community started going downhill?
ain't no pinpoint because they hit us from all sides. You got the mass
Who
incarceration. You had the crack
hit us?
epidemic. You had music, record labels. You got motion TV. You got all them factors to take. You got Christianity. You got
You got the parents.
Muslim.
Look,
You
look at it
got
like
all
this.
these religions and fashions.
You have
All this stuff is playing a role to our
where everyone in your
destruction.
neighborhood has some sort of PTSD. There's other factors. Father's absent from the home.
Oh
Mother's
yeah.
mad because the dad's staying around, working all the time. No one's paying attention.
You
They're
right
getting
there.
tortured and talking crazy
You
in
hit it on the
school.
head.
They don't
When you
listen to
took the
them.
dads out
They
of
got
the
to
house.
It's not just about the
Mhm.
problems that we have. Kids have problems now too.
That's right.
True. But when you took you took the father out of the house,
Maybe
there
he
was
ain't
the
want to be
destruction.
in the goddamn 60s. Everybody's is earning now. Everybody ain't on welfare and stuff like that. The dad ain't in the home because the nigga don't want to be there or she don't want him there. Or they can't live together.
I mean, that's true.
Who
I mean,
wouldn't
some
want that?
families you just can't work out. You just can't work out. But what I'm saying is, once that was pushed, that why would you push that? Why would you push that you don't need a man in the house?
Why
Who would
would
Well,
push that
men
agenda?
why would you even
That's
put
just like
anything
the other.
together to destroy a family like that? Anything, it should be something put together to make the family strong. But the Democratic Party is not about that.
It's
Well,
not
when
even
you
so much.
attack the
They
woman,
don't have
if you
faith
get the
for
man
the
out the house
influence.
and you
The
attack the
Democratic
woman,
Party,
go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
the Democratic Party has provided the funding for the influence of this stuff, but they still are not the ones that allowed it into our culture. They're not the ones that had the final say, and the people that had the final say, no one is holding them accountable.
That's right.
Everybody thought of Jay-Z, of Russell Simmons, of Leon Cohen, and Kevin Lyle. Everybody thought they were cool people. You can't be mad at them because they got their money where they saw they would get their money. But now everybody wants to take it back. They want to take it back. You can't get back all the last 2 decades of dogging the goddamn women. And them not feeling attractive unless they talking about hyposexuality. Nobody really wants to hear 10,000 Lauryn Hills. No rapping Jill Scotts, right? Look at what they did to Kelly Price. Image was everything, right? Look at how they did the lady from the Weather Girls, and they had a whole model sing her for Black Box, and those songs got sold all over the world, right? But she was too fat. We couldn't just be ourselves. The women was too dark. Everybody wanted a foreign car, a foreign house, a foreign woman, foreign this and foreign that, right? Excluded. Now women are running around putting on a whole bunch of makeup to compete with transsexuals. So we can be beautiful because we don't feel beautiful. Remember, everybody
Oh
else
my
was
God.
beautiful except the Black woman. And then when the Black woman sought other ways to empower herself, she became angry Black woman. And
All
now they
right.
got this
Now,
ideology that there's a bunch of ain't shit niggas. And that's because they have had a career of picking ain't shit niggas and thinking that they're going to kiss a frog and make him a motherfucking prince, right?
but but this is where it goes to you took the father out of the house. Now the kid is not being raised by a man. Now might get raised by a bunch of dudes, but he's not being raised by the man. We lost our role. I'm gonna say yes. Men have lost their role. Okay.
No, I ain't gonna
I'm
say that.
sorry.
I ain't gonna say all of them lost their role. It's just
No,
where it's just
not
where it's
no.
needed.
I'm just saying in general. We have lost our role because this is why everything is out of control. Because
Well, that's
we tend to. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
no, no. I was agreeing with you. Men lost their role, not all, but majority lost their role. And as the man is out the house, if the government is providing and giving this woman EBT and groceries and stuff like that, and tell her, hey, I could put you in as low income or Section 8 or whatnot, that's daddy. That's daddy right there. That's the man. Let's
Daddy's
be real.
home.
If the physical man is out the house in jail, then the
Uncle
government is
Sam.
daddy.
Uncle Sam is
Yeah.
daddy.
Hey,
And then we put you in
that's
a
daddy.
concentration camp called ghetto.
Yeah.
No, so yeah, so when you can't control him, we lock him up. That's how he discipline him. He locks him up and get free slavery or free work out of him. Make you a slave
Because the
all
Yes,
over
physical
again.
daddy,
because the
physical
jobs
man
left
that's
the air.
locked up in jail. Oh, go ahead, Brian. My bad. Go ahead.
Turn his AC.
No, because that's when you take the job, you take opportunities for people to grow out of the community. Everybody attacks everybody. It's a survival mode. We're as people who we are, we're in survival mode at all times, and we shouldn't even be in survival mode no more. We can't even relax no more because we always thinking something crazy is about to pop off because everybody is against us right now. No matter what, everybody is against us, and that's facts.
I
But
agree with you. Yeah. And that's just like I was saying, when you take the physical man out the home, like let's just say, for example, you have your family over there, I have my family over here, Coach has his family over here. I mean over there. So we're all men that's active in our family's life. So we're gonna put our family up on game about the laws and what can happen, what can't happen, discipline our kids, be a leader to our women in our family, period. Then we're gonna fight against anything trying to invade and take over. So when you got more
facts.
of us in jail, then that's less of us on the streets that could come together and fight against oppression. And that's what it is. That's just exactly what it is. So
You had to weaken the man. You had to weaken the man. That's why you put drugs in the community. You had to weaken the strength of the man.
Well,
I had to turn the AC on. Them lights
well,
getting hot up in here, y'all. Woo.
we got it good. They weaken the men and the women.
Yeah, so
But no,
it's
but once the man falls, then women are free game. They easy to be attacked. And now it's to the fact is now we have women taking care of families now.
1 second. Mr. Walto said you have to go back and look at how we were doing things. See, this is going back to history again and see how we was doing things. And he had in Indian country, the father was a rolling stone. That's why the children were part of the mother's tribe. And the uncles of the mother's tribe filled the role of father. Now I can believe that because
Right.
my mother's brother raised me, my uncle Gene. My father wasn't there, so my Uncle Gene did it. What you say, Phoenix?
That is culturally and historically true.
Right. So if
Fact.
the father was a rolling stone, so if he was to have, let's say,
Mama's baby, papa's
some
baby.
children, right? So say a father pops was out have some children, and he established somewhere, and him and the wife or him and the lady broke up. The mom would keep the house and the land with the children, and the father would go on about his business. Okay.
True. That's facts.
He
That's
said,
facts.
He had said one more. He had said one more thing. I'm trying to get. Oh, here it is. It's one thing
That
we
don't
left
happen.
out. It's one thing we left out, and it was 19 million so-called black babies killed since 1973. That would be
How many?
abortion. 19 million.
Since
That-
1973. So
that-
that's the year before we were born. So that would be 47 years. That's a lot of people.
That's a lot of people.
That's
That's
more people than they allege came in the damn slave trade, right?
so that's your
Isn't that-
pro-choice. That's your pro-choice.
Right.
That's the pro-choice. 19 million. Do you think if we had those 19 million people right now, you kind of see what's going on? If we had those 19 million people right now,
You
we
need to
wouldn't.
be the homie. Yeah,
Huh?
this is what they. I said, yeah, you know, I hear people saying stuff like that, but
Yeah.
19 million.
We'll be
19
running our
million.
country. We'll have our country back. That's what will happen. We will have. We won't be having this conversation right now because we'll be running everything the way it needs to be.
Right.
Oh, wow, you hit it dead on
19
the head.
million's a
man.
lot.
Huh? What'd you say?
19 million is a lot.
That's a lot of people. 19
Staggering
million
amount.
people.
That's
a
country.
staggering amount.
Mr. Waltho, Tasha, she said, where are these facts from? Now, also, while he might, Mr. Waltho, he gonna hit me with some. That comes from Mr. Waltho. Now, I also heard Angela Staten say the same thing on the Breakfast Club. She said that over so many years that over half of our population was killed by abortion.
Woo. Oh man, he's stomping on some toes
wait,
there.
wait, wait. What was the number? What was the number?
20 million in our lifetime.
And you know what's so crazy? When y'all go to McDonald's and Burger King, you're probably eating them.
Ah,
Let's be real.
man,
we gonna be real,
damn,
Coach.
Mac,
We
Mac,
gonna
you
be
be
real,
doing
Coach.
too much, man. Damn,
Hey, we gonna be. Hey,
Mac be
I'm
throwing me
where are the
off,
parts
man.
going?
God.
Where are the body parts going? Come on, we gotta be real.
That's why I don't eat. That's why I don't eat hamburgers no more.
Mac, boy, you have.
But it's facts though.
Hey, yeah.
Okay,
That's
but hold
it,
on. Tasha said no, but it's 300 million Europeans here. They only count 40 million, Tasha.
And those Europeans include people of other nations that are included as white people too.
She said 46%. 46%. She said 46%.
Is what?
That was how many that died. That's like the percentage of us died from abortions.
Oh, that was 19 million abortions?
Yes.
Oh, wow. That's a game changer
And
right there.
that's the whole country.
Man, we tripping. We tripping. And then
Well,
where you
there's options. There was something else that did happen. There were women that did have several kids, but men that didn't want to date them because they didn't want to take care of somebody else's responsibilities. That became the culture too.
That
And it became the
that
culture
is
for the
true.
women to lie and blame babies on men, knowing damn well it's not their kid. So it's been a dog eat dog world, tit for tat kind of thing, and men are from Venus and women are from Mars kind of thing, whatever going on, and everybody's reading into all this stuff, but nobody's communicating with each other. No one's getting rid of the trauma. No one's working through their issues, and they're making all these crazy selections, kissing toads, expecting queens and kangs.
Man, we made videos about having abortions, rap songs about having abortions, skits about having abortions. You gonna pay for me to have this baby? Yeah, I mean, have this abortion. You've seen it 1,000 times, 1,000 times. To where, like she said, it's the norm. I'm not having this baby. I'm about to go up here. It's the norm. That's the normal conversation.
But see,
But
let's talk
Phoenix, I
about
got
reality. All these abortions
Yes.
y'all having, when you hit a certain age, let's just say, because it's a lot of women in their 40s, and people don't talk about this. It's a lot of people between they late 30s and late 40s trying to have babies for the first time. So so when you aborting all your children in your early years, like it's wearing and tearing your ass down, and
Go
you might not be
see,
able to have it.
go see Idiot, Idiocracy. Everybody go see Idiocracy. When it first come on, it show you who having babies and who ain't. If somebody's always talking about chasing a bag, they not having no babies. I'm telling you that now.
No, you ain't lied. you ain't lied.
Just
That's where
check it.
morals come in.
That's right.
Right.
but I got a comment for
Family
Phoenix.
structure.
Phoenix, you was
Yeah.
you was making a point, and this is where that love. This is where we lost the love of who we are. When you don't love yourself, you look for somebody else to make that love connection for you, and that's something
Mm.
that men and women both
Yes.
are we chasing a feeling that we can do within ourselves, but we look for somebody else to give it to us, and that's where we have multiple. Because I am a prime witness. I came out of high school with 2 kids. When I got out of the military, I had another kid. Then I had a one night stand. I had another kid, and then I turned around and had another kid, and then I finally, my last child, which is my youngest son, who is 10, I married his mother
That boy got a
because I
squad.
found, yeah, man, I got 3 girls, 3 boys, 27, 27, 26, 23, 16, 13, and 10. Yeah,
Big ups to you.
Yeah,
Ah,
and they all call me
yeah.
daddy.
That's a
All call
great
me
thing,
daddy.
though.
You got
That's
one
a
getting
great
married
thing.
this weekend, don't you?
No. I got one that's having a baby.
Oh yeah, having a
My
baby. I
oldest,
knew it was one of them.
you gonna be a
who
pop
is
out?
6. Yeah.
You gonna be a pop
Actually, it's kind
out?
of funny now. I got a 2-year-old grandson, and I'm about to have my first granddaughter. So for me, not that for my kids, my kids are there. I have four different mothers, and they will not say they have. I won't let them say they have. You're our brothers and sisters, no matter what, and they take care of each other. That's the thing I love
Yeah,
about
that's
my
real.
family.
That's
Yeah.
real.
Right. That's
And
right.
I had to get back to me because I lost them. I lost them in the selfishness of post-traumatic stress. You go through a selfish phase, but you think about me,
Uh-oh.
and don't care about no.
I
And you
got some.
damage. And I did a lot of damage. I did a lot of damage, and I had to do some serious. I'm sorry, and I mean I said even to their mother, I'm sorry for the way I was because I didn't know who I was. Because you have to see yourself in the mirror. A lot of people scared to see themselves in the mirror. They scared as hell. So
And you at peace now
yeah,
because of that, because you acknowledge your wrongs, because you know who you are, because you tapped in with your heritage, and you strive to be such a better person and a great man. Like I could tell you at peace. You're at peace.
yes, I love.
Like, and nobody take
Yes,
that from you,
Hey man.
and that's
I
what everybody is missing.
I ride with Brian, boy. I ride with him. This is a good dude. It's a good dude.
Yeah,
No, because that's something that a lot of people, especially I got 3 daughters, and this is one thing I will tell every guy: if you listen to me and you date my daughter, I would do 20 years.
Facts.
Period.
Facts.
Hmm.
The facts of life.
No question.
The facts of
Put your
life.
hands on her. I'm coming for you. You got to show respect.
The
And
facts of life.
and then and it's one thing I didn't do. I didn't push my. I kind of did with my oldest son, but I did with my other boys. Is push them on women and how we was taught to just chase women on to the next one. No, I had to quit that mindset because you damage their lives as you're going through this selfishness that you go through.
Yeah.
So sorry, ladies.
And
We
then as you
have
chasing these women,
Okay.
yeah, as
you
you
damage
chasing women, you have babies by them. Then if you don't know the girl well, the girl gonna try to harm you. Then you have a child with her. Now you can't be a father to the child.
Man,
I
tell
mean,
it.
everybody's life is being destroyed. Everybody's life is being destroyed.
And the child is the one that get it worse. Because he gotta live
Yeah.
without his people.
Yep.
Yeah, and
Tasha.
that-
Oh,
my
go ahead.
my 16-year-old, his mom was a one night stand. Didn't see my son until he was almost 4 years old, and I found out at the courthouse.
Wow.
Didn't even know who she was. Now he stays with me now. I raised my 16-year-old, and I had him for the last 3 years.
Boy,
And
you ain't playing.
hey,
You ain't playing.
I got it from it, man. I love my kids. I got to do everything for them. You know what I'm saying? Except my grown ones, they got to live life on their own. But
We
I'm
need
still
some
here
good-
for advice.
We need more people like you, and we wouldn't be in these problems. A real talk. We need to start some type of grown men something for fellas to come together all over the nation and take our blocks back or something. We got to do something. You know, that
You're
build
right. That's
to show
It's-
that we
real-
staying
real
at
men.
home. We ain't in the street. We staying at home.
You gotta
Friday,
make sure that
Friday night we do
yes.
the podcast. That's where I'm at on Friday night.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry.
Gotta
Go
get
ahead.
the communication back. Gotta get the communication back. I don't suggest, the OGs run down on no little niggas trying to be something that they're not used to, and that's an authoritative figure just so easily. They have to have reasons to.
Halito,
Once you
Tasha.
touch-
Alito.
We got
Hey,
Tasha.
Josh.
What's going on,
Tasha in the building.
Irish Auntie?
Hey, how y'all doing?
Yo, what's good?
What you was saying about the birth certificate with the abortions, Tasha?
I just wanted to jump in because I kind of felt like it was more male dominant conversation about women, and Phoenix was left up there by herself.
Oh.
Well, respect. I was giving my respect. Though.
Right,
Hey,
but all, what you gonna say, Coach?
go ahead. I'm shut up. Go ahead, handle it. Handle it. Oh, we
Earlier about the men, like we're being hard on each other when a lot of this stuff is our culture. Just like you said, the men were Rolling Stones, and then the uncles and the mothers raised the children. But then on the other aspect, you guys are talking about abortion, but abortion and birth control is actually part of the woodland tradition. We have medicines, we have different ceremonies for these things.
I'm so sorry.
So they was going through in the chat and they was saying like, okay, it was 13% since the 1860 census, but lost 19 million since 73 and still at 13%. He said he believed 13% is a goal that they want us at. Do that
I
sound
think it don't sound right. It sounds like Gematrica. 13 is a spell number for them, for one thing. So I don't even believe those. That's why I'm asking where these stats are coming from, for one. We don't even have enough people to be filling up these facilities, for two. And I'm not saying people are not doing it, but I think they're counting some other racist stuff under ours. For
So they
one, okay.
fabricating the numbers,
You,
basically, is what you're saying.
They fudging
right.
the number.
I'll make it easy for you.
They're fudging the numbers, but that's not taking accountability from what the women are doing. Women are doing these, men are involved in this as well, though. I'm not saying it's a good thing, but what I'm saying is some of the things that we're doing that we're criticizing each other on are part of our old traditions. So we used to have ceremonies with our medicine people. They would give that. If we weren't doing these things for thousands of years, we wouldn't have certain herbs and things that we were using in combination to make these things happen,
Okay.
right?
I'm learning. I didn't know nothing about that. I didn't know we already had that stuff.
It's certain
As far
herbs
as
that's
what?
only indigenous to the woodlands that can cause certain birth controls and certain abortion naturally in women.
Where the hell was that at when I was coming up? Damn.
Yeah,
Well,
man,
it's
it's a lot of
always
So we're,
been there.
it's a
Just
lot.
didn't want to
but see, we're
run
not
too bad
into.
like doctors and stuff like that. But certainly taking herbs and everything is a lot different when you're there with your mother, your grandmother, and your aunts, and you're surrounded by your women that
Mm-hmm.
can help you with that through the
Right.
postpartum, what we know and diagnose as postpartum depression and things of that nature. Because we didn't do that. We didn't have those kinds of conversations. So now here
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh.
a cultural way of doing things, and you're going to get butchered in a sense. It
Right.
ends up being a different type of act, and it's a lot more heinous. It's not the same things that our ancestors were doing. It's still not the same. They didn't have the foreign women come and help them with those rituals or with those
That's
situations.
true.
So we still
Yeah,
have
that's
kind of
very
crossed
true.
the line, and they certainly knew when to call it off. But they still had 16, 17, 20 different children, right? But then we didn't have those same restrictions on men, on marriage and what we
Mm-hmm.
think is appropriate in a relationship. They were
Right.
absolutely polyamorous. They were polyamorous. They had
Mm-hmm.
multiple different women's as their children's mother, and then there was multiple fathers as well too. So
Right. That's true.
Mm.
somehow they still all made it work. So there's elements, even if we are emulating that part of our culture, genetically embedded, we're still missing some components of it that made it functionable and sustainable for us to even make it here. But at this rate, I'm not so sure that we'd have the same success repeating different parts of the culture that we haven't examined closely, and expecting to still be able to thrive in our a society where we have to figure out where exactly we do fit in. So it's so difficult
Right.
right now.
But
Normal.
I'm saying that I kind of felt like it was being demonized for one, and people are using a colonial mindset to judge what other people are doing. The
Fact.
same thing was being said about birth control probably 50 years ago. People were against it. They're acting like it's the devil, and it's something that we had for thousands of years here. That's
Well,
all I'm
Do y'all
saying.
see?
it,
Is we gotta.
it's not
See
necessarily.
what
It's not
was going
necessarily.
on?
It's not necessarily
I'm sorry.
demonizing it. From everybody's entitled to their own opinion, and all of us on here. I mean, of course, we're gonna respect each other's opinion. I just feel like me personally, it's life. Taking life. I mean, it is what it is. Taking life is taking life. I mean, it might be a part of other people's traditions or other people believe in it, but it's just based on preference and opinion.
Do everybody understand why they pushing the whole birth control issue and abortion issue? Do we see the big picture of what they was really trying to do? Because now we starting it's coming to light of it's more than 13% of us here. We outnumber them. They're so scared. Their birth rate is at a zero,
Negative.
and
It's at
we
a
just
negative.
that's negative.
I believe they're at a
Oh, you saying?
negative. That birth rate is
Yes,
at a
And
negative.
I,
they're -1, but even with the abortions, we're still like two ahead of them in production of I guess children.
I didn't even know white people did abortions. That's something that was really I ain't
They
never
they're
seen one.
doing.
I never.
But see, when I looked at the stats probably 10 years ago, it was more quote unquote white women having abortions than us, and then magically the Pan Africans start pushing this stuff that we all killing babies, and I'm like, how if we're this small of a portion of the population they claim, 12%, how can we be 70, 80% of the abortions? There's not enough people to logically do that when white women are getting abortions at a very high rate, especially here and in Europe.
Facts. Facts.
So for the Pan
I agree.
African men specifically to try to demonize us is not. I'm not saying you guys are doing it right now. I'm saying for that whole conversation is to demonize us and make it seem like that is true. But I don't believe the numbers.
No, I won't think I was
I
demonizing no
No,
woman.
I don't think you are. I'm saying the whole when that conversation comes towards women of color or melanated women,
Mm.
it's a demonization for most conversations. I'm not saying you all are doing that.
Oh no, I love black women. Oh, I respect my sisters. Now, can't say that 20
You
years
said
ago,
that.
but
Hold on, Phoenix is saying something. What'd you say, Phoenix?
I was saying that I think it's a little different specifically because of the way that it's done. If we were doing this in our own element, then maybe it couldn't be. But because the people that people say want us dead are performing these, are operating these facilities that are doing this, how can we ask, why are they killing us, or saying anything about the death that occurs internally when we're promoting it in one way or another? That's not something we step outside of our cultural, historical things to go and participate and basically commit joinder with these foreign entities and then turn around and tell the foreign entities, hey, don't do this to us. How can people expect people not to look differently at a behavior that is reinforced with the same thing that they're trying to remove as a form of enforcement?
Well,
I think
Planned
that's
Parenthood is terrible. You're right about that. I'm agreeing with that. But it's the same conversation. They use the abortion for women, then they use black on black crime for the men. Saying, okay,
right.
we can't help y'all because y'all are doing these things. Okay, yes, we need to be accountable for these things in our community. But it can't be like it's only us in America doing it, for one thing. That's what I'm saying.
No, it's not. But
Oh,
we're the only ones affected by us having this problem in America. Chinese people in America have problems with Chinese people trying to kill them, but it's not the same
Right.
thing. We are the most important people right now that have to care about each other because everyone else can seem to do this. So again, not having a conversation like the elephant in the room. We don't even get along enough to be able to say, we take care of our people. It wouldn't be a problem if we were
Right.
able to have this, this
okay,
common understanding, but we don't.
Phoenix.
So
I
we
got
just
to.
ignoring it
Mhm.
and then say, well, oh, they're demonizing our people for our fucked up behavior, but they're fucked up too. That's reinforcing one fucked up behavior with another. And it's looking like we're trying to medicate. Are we trying to heal, or we're just trying to put a band-aid on things? We got to repair our relationships amongst each other.
but it's a learned behavior that we got from them. It's a learned behavior.
Right.
I mean, and the
And
reason why
that's
I say that, understand
why
the
we
reason why I say that,
get rid of it.
because
What?
but just look at it like this. Everywhere a European has stepped foot in, what do? They destroy the country, take the country for its resources. It's a
Yep.
learned behavior, and we have taken on that after going through the whole slavery movement or what movement you want to call that, understanding that this is something that we have learned. We don't know who we are. Once you take a
I
person's
don't.
identity, we're going to run savage. They savages now. We just
Now
running
that is
wild.
a part of the behavior that was programmed. It's a programmed behavior. It's not a
Right.
learned behavior. We'd be dominant. We'd be dominant all over the world if we learned their behaviors. We'd be moguls. We'd be rich. We'd be all the things that people think they're supposed to covet and have because they have it, or is that because what's really necessary? It's not the way we live, it's the way they live. Who's the killer?
Mm.
but we're trying to be like them though. That's the problem.
You
We're
think
not
we
trying to
trying
be
to
like
be
us.
like them?
We're trying to be like
Now,
them.
with that being
But
said,
go ahead.
this goes back to my problem with white
Uh-huh.
supremacy and giving credence to it. So again, I ask this question again. If there is a such thing as white supremacy, then that means there has to be
Which is,
someone that feels inferior. And if that happens to be the person of color or the so-called black man or woman as inferior, and we know as far as our relationship goes that we all want to be better than one another. But now here it is, you want to be equal to white people so that you can rule over me. So you can rule. So you can
I
conquer.
feel you.
So you can colonize. You want equality so you can bleed over the other people that what? Don't have it in them to for blood, sweat, and tears to kill for a piece of change? What? So that they can join the 1% and leave the rest of us 99% motherfuckers on planet Earth? What is it that they want? Equal to what? Equal to your oppressor? Is that right? Does that sound
That's
right?
it. Yeah, well, I don't know what to say. You got me speechless on that one.
Well, that's why we got to have more conversations like this to address these issues and
Yes,
not
we
It's
do.
just
people just sweep it
issue.
under the rug and just
Right,
blame the colonizer,
right,
blame all these
right.
things.
No, no, no,
Like
no.
Phoenix is saying, we got to take
We got
accountability
some
of where we're
we got
going.
some loving. That's right. We got some loving on each other that we have to do. We have some reparations that we have to make with each other, right? We got some things, some old scores that we have to settle too. There's some debts that we probably haven't paid, right?
You're right.
Got to give it back one way or the other. You know,
I got
took
nothing.
me almost
No.
years to be able to apologize to somebody properly that I almost killed when I was 15 years old. But I owed her that.
Wow.
I owed myself that. Her mother saved me from going to jail.
Wow.
I want
Hey,
to
I
say
don't know what to
Mr.
say.
Waltho dropped the link in the chat. I'm trying to pull it up. It is a docs.house.gov/meeting/Jew/Jew. That is JU. Those are the numbers from the Gov, Tasha. So you want to know where the numbers came from? They came from the government.
Mm.
We already know that's false.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying it is. I'm not saying it is. I was just
I'm gonna
she
look
had
more
asked.
into it. No,
She
thank
has.
you,
It said
Mr. Warfield.
the effects of abortion on the black community.
But
Research
see, why
team.
they even making a specific thing
It's a
for the black
research team.
community?
Let me see here. Centers for Urban
Because white
Renewal and
people go to
Education.
therapy for their
Uh,
post-traumatic stress disorder, for their postpartum depression. They have therapy.
right. And then
Sisters
Yeah,
have
that's true.
homegirls that get them out into the club the day they stop bleeding after the abortion, right? They have treatment.
Now,
We don't.
right.
We don't have access to the treatment. We don't
hey,
have the
can I?
conversations that treatment is necessary.
You went out. Okay, here we go. Let me. That's what I wanted to say.
Can't hear
And
you, Coach. Is that
can
Right.
you
And and they also have their own private
can you hear me
doctors
now?
too that
that's
don't
right?
include stats in the public these public surveys
That's
because they're under
that's right.
certain
Can
what's
you
it
hear
called,
me?
the Harpo oath,
And
Harper.
also, let's talk about those abortion numbers. Because in New York, you can be 7 years old and walk in an abortion clinic and get one, and nobody can tell your parents jack shit.
Wow.
Wow, that's
Nobody
crazy
can do
right
Wow.
that.
there. That
Wow.
don't make
Okay.
So,
sense.
This is
yeah,
what I wanted to tackle
healthcare
real
is
quick.
very difficult to work in. Healthcare is very difficult to work in, whether it's the administrative or even medical billing. It's a very difficult field to work in, and you find yourself wondering if you are part of the oppression. Working for endocrinologists and dealing with the pharmaceutical companies, Pfizer, and you wonder if you're doing the right thing.
Mm. Okay, I got one for you.
Yeah.
This is from Winston Waltho. I was trying to pull it up, but I didn't pull it up through YouTube on the computer. So it's just one paragraph I wanted to read. It's from June 15. No, it's an introduction of what I was talking about, the Center for Urban Renewal and Education. And it just said politicians argue for abortion largely because they do not want to spend the necessary money to feed, clothe, and educate more people. Here,
Mm.
arguments for inconvenience and economic savings take presidents. Let me see, I can barely see this. Over arguments for human value and human life. Psychiatrists, social workers, and doctors often argue for abortions on the basis that the child will grow up mentally and emotionally scared. But who of us is complete? If
Mm.
incompleteness were the criteria for taking a life, we would all be dead. If you can justify abortion on the basis of emotional incompleteness, then your logic could also lead you to killing for other forms of incompleteness, blindness, cripplessness, and old age.
Right.
Mm.
Right. And also, and even though these things were part of our culture historically, that doesn't mean that they were the right thing. So that means we've been carrying a postpartum depression from century to century or millennia to millennia, and we can attribute it to culture, and it doesn't necessarily mean that it's healthy.
That was Jesse Jackson.
Doesn't mean that it was healthy. So I think that we're gonna have to and this is the interesting and dope part of Reconstruction. We are digging in these crates and we see what our people were doing in antiquity and being able to now balance out some things and have these kinds of discussions and weigh them out towards how we are looking to shape and mold our future posterity. Specifically because we have a whole bunch of I don't visitors, or we got a lot of company, and we have our internal thing that we have to do and clean up before we think about entertaining more company any further. You know what I'm saying?
So
And
you
nothing
think we
wrong
should
with us
shut
having
down?
parties. Say that again.
I said, so you think we should shut down our borders and fix our problems?
You said shut down the borders. Is that what you
Yeah, and
said?
fix our own. Mhm.
Oh, well, it's not just going to be limited to the borders. Like, I want to work on problems with skin folk. I don't want to be terrified of men that look like my father. I don't want I don't have a son that's going to be out here being somebody's thorn in their daughter's side.
Mm.
I want to promote those kinds of things. I want to see those things happen. I really don't care about a bunch of external things. I kind of care on America, the state of, and its natural people. And that's like where the focus has to be. Family.
Facts.
I don't want to work with strangers and not be able to have a decent conversation with my sister or my mother. It just seems kind of strange that we care so much about so many people that we don't know and don't care about the people that we do know until they're no longer here.
Mm.
Facts.
Yeah,
That's
that's
true.
real facts.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
I
If
don't know
we're
what this
supposed
is.
to,
I
I mean,
mean, it's,
what better way to try to practice taking care of each other with the people that can give you a fucking kidney if you need it?
I'm trying to tell you.
I'm just saying it makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I don't know. I think we probably all can use counseling. We all have some sort of post traumatic stress disorder. We've been through a lot under many different uh, agendas that have all contributed to a lot of harsh feelings and some painful situations that we've been through and some painful situations that we've overcome. And a lot of situations
Mm-hmm.
that we're not looking to be in pain with any longer. So
Mm.
and I think that's also going to come with the healing. And once that starts taking place, I think that people are going to want to know if you're okay, Tasha. They're going to want to know if coach is all right. They're
Mm-hmm.
going to want to know. We're going to care about each other, and
Right.
it's going to show. Our families will be stronger. They'll be happier, doing more things together, not so disconnected. The children will be thriving in the multi-generational homes again and having some of the benefits of being able to be around their elders. It would certainly leave a lot of stress and probably add on some to the life expectancy because people are going to be generally happier. Look
Facts.
how happy
Facts.
everybody was with Big Mama. It's because family was around. It was a reason to get together. It's food, smiling, and whatever else
Mm-hmm.
came with it. You loved those days. We don't have those days no more. And we're relying on strangers to be our family. And it's kind of the same
Right.
sometimes. So strangers end up being the best family that you never had and never fucking will. Right? Let's just keep that real. But at the
Facts.
same time, you
Yeah.
hold it near and dear, and it still gives you the same effect. It may not be the same car that you want, but it's a car to drive nonetheless. You may want it
Hmm.
with your family, but you have it with this group of people here that love you and treat you just the same as family, right?
Right.
Right.
But
It'll
that's
give
why
you
these
the same
these
euphoric
conversations are
feeling that'll
important.
add life to you, not take life away. So whether we're killing physically, we can kill people emotionally. And we try to bring them down and take them down and see them low as we feel whatever days we may want to feel and vibe that way. So much to the point where we're excusing our own shit and we are looking to blame everybody. That's what happens when there's grief. There's the arguments at funerals and shit like that. Everybody is feeling on 10,000, right? So when we have these tumultuous times and we see all these things perpetuated on TV day in and day out, day in and day out, and you see all this stuff, what happens is you begin to hate white people and begin to distrust your own or leave any margin of error. Your family look at you like, nigga, better not go in my purse, right? But on TV, they're like, the white people gonna kill us. It's a trust thing. They don't trust the nigga that's next to them or the white person that's far away from them on TV. Far away. Some dangerous psychological shit we've all been through, and we gotta get to the healing, and that's on every angle, on both sides. We've all had those experiences.
Right. But just that's why these conversations are so important, Phoenix, because it's kind of like a therapy for people who can't speak.
Mhm. Mhm.
Those people who don't have a voice, and that's part of the old traditions that we used to have, the talking
That's
circles,
right.
where we all will have a conversation. Even if people can't speak, they'll hear the conversation from the others speaking, and that will help with their own personal healing.
That's
Just
right.
even
That's right. I
addressing
agree.
that issue. Yeah.
I
Actually, that's why
absolutely
I did
agree.
my podcast. That's why I started the podcast. That's why I started the podcast because it's healing. It was healing. It was me getting the chance to get off what all I'm learning, and not only that, a lot of times you can be speaking and not even knowing what you're speaking, but whatever it is it's going to turn to being it start healing yourself because you, especially if you speak in truth and knowledge, you start healing
Right.
yourself. So a lot of people just
Agreed.
don't, when you say you have a voice, you just gotta somebody just gotta allow you to let it out,
Oh, you got to
and
put
that's what we.
yourself out there. Mr. Walto said the only reason he brought it up is because he wanted to show how many of our children are being killed. Because a lot of people don't even have a clue. That number that we said earlier, if you just think about, that's a very large number. That's not a small number.
And not even talking about the ones getting kidnapped.
Let me show you. I pulled it up.
Mm-hmm.
I was able to
Oh,
get it up and pull it on up. Um, these are the researchers right here. These are the four people that did it: Christina Daniels, Catherine Davis. Here we go. F. Enuma Anunakor. I guess that's an African name, just me guessing. Star Parker, and the editors was Star Parker. Um, Ace goes back 73. I didn't know Jesse Jackson was pro-life. Here we go. Planned Parenthood. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Planned Parenthood targets minority neighborhoods. And then here it is, 79% percentage of Planned Parenthood surgical abortion facilities in minority neighborhoods and abortions in other. So they just named ours a minority neighborhood, which will be not just us. That will be Spanish, you
black
know,
and brown.
right,
Just
basically. Hmm.
Yeah, but
I
there's
hate when they say
more
that.
abortion clinics besides Planned Parenthood. That's what I was saying
Yes,
earlier.
that is
There's
absolutely
other
true.
private
You
facilities that they're not counting, and it's making it look like it's just us when the
Right. I
number's
know
not
it's more
adding
than
up.
us. They say more than 50% of our future population has been aborted. Yeah, that's what everybody's been saying, Bones. What's up, Cap? We got Chief Spirit Wolf in the building. What's good, Spirit Wolf? Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can y'all hear me?
We hear you loud and
Halito.
clear.
Yeah, Halito.
We got a full,
Yeah,
full.
Swan, what's up, y'all?
We got a full
I like,
crew today.
That's
I like the
right.
Yeah.
build. I just like the build that's going on, and I like the different sides of how y'all demonstrating. And then I like what Mr. Waldo said earlier because
Nobody's gonna leave here mad, even if we don't all agree with each other. We can have these
oh
things and
no, it's nothing like that. It's like it's
Right,
just
exactly.
conversation.
That's what it's about.
Yeah, it's
Right.
just
yes,
conversation. Like Tasha was saying, like sometimes you got to have conversation. We having a conversation for people who can't sometimes, and that's all.
yeah.
And like for my draw, when they was talking about you guys was talking about family, 'cause that's kind of why I came in. And then I was saying that we have to make sure that we don't get too far off of who we are as
Mm.
Indian people and what our cultures are, you know what I'm saying, and what our destiny is. That's even when we talk about politics too. We still Indians. Indians got their own politics. You know what I'm saying? We have our own thing that we doing. And when we came
Right.
and sat with the United States, the nation to
Oh, your
them.
mic went
We
out,
wasn't
cuz.
under them,
He back. We here.
right? We wasn't. And my mic is low.
No, you good now. Come on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
it
good
went out
All
now.
right.
for a second. It went out for like a hot second and came right back. But go ahead.
Okay. What did you hear me last?
Uh-oh.
What was that? All right. But anyway, I was talking about family, right?
Right.
And how we got to look at our family situation. Can you hear me?
I hear you good. We got family
Go ahead.
situation. Let's
All
go.
right.
Let's get it.
Yeah, we got to look at our family situation from an Indian standpoint. We got to look at politics from an Indian standpoint. Don't just jump in, you know what I'm saying, to the conversation on the narrative of, how people think. You understand nowadays. We know how they think and we know what that situation is, but what is our play, you know what I'm saying? And how we supposed to
Exactly.
act as people. Like y'all was saying
Hmm.
earlier. Normally Papa was a Rolling Stone in any culture, Indian society that you look in, you're gonna see that the when we got married, so to speak, you married into her tribe, so to speak, or into some clan, but you went into her tribe. She never left her people or nothing like that. You left yours
Right.
and went over there to her,
Right. That's right.
right?
Right.
Work
And
in the
then
industry
when
to
you have
Hmm.
children,
Right.
you when you have children, the children is raised up by that family, by her aunties and grandmothers, and mainly the uncles. You understand what I'm saying? The same way we see it today. We just be trying to fight. We're trying to fight for a system that's not even ours. Because we, like
Right.
Phoenix was saying earlier, we got so caught up into it and we got so used to it. We got used to being a Christian. We got used to Marcus Garvey coming and Drew Ali coming and Elijah coming and Christian Martin Luther King coming and all of this. Everybody's coming. So we don't never have no time to just be an Indian after slavery,
mm,
so to speak. Okay,
mm.
when can we just be that after we get finally attacked through the politics and all that stuff through the Jim Crowism and before that with the KKK and the Democratic Party? So they're constantly attacking us for us not to be us. Then right after that, you got Margaret Sanger and them, right? And all of these eugenics people that's been on us ever since the early 1800s, trying to get us out of here with the African Colonization Society. All slave owners trying to get us out of here. Then that don't happen. Then the Margaret Sanger and them, they think, okay, what we're gonna do is, like you were saying, the Planned Parenthood. Yeah, there's other abortion clinics, but this Planned Parenthood thing is specifically try to get us out.
Out it.
And they try to put it on
Oh,
all
that's
the blocks,
facts.
just like
Yeah, it is.
just like liquor stores and all that old type of stuff like that,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
So, and we also had ancient tonics and stuff like that here and overseas and all that type of stuff. You see it in all the little the King and Queen movies where
Hmm.
she don't want to let the king know that she's pregnant by this the warrior dude or whatever. So somebody come bring her a tonic, one of her slaves or her servants. Here, just take this, my queen. You know what I'm saying? She'll drink it. Oh, then she'll die or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And they'll come back or
Hmm.
not die or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So we just have to understand our place all the time because our family situation is really not like everybody else's family situation because they're on the patriarch system.
Facts.
All of the religions
Oh, exactly.
that came into America, that came into Africa, the Hebrew, the Christians, the Islamic, all that stuff is outside of Africa. It's outside of America, and they push a patriarch system. When you go to the tribalized system, the woman actually runs stuff. The American system, the European learned government from the Indian. So the government is actually set up for her because that's how our
Right.
tribal system was mainly set up. That's why she win all the time. You better have some serious money or something like that, or she's gonna get you because that's the rules. And why would you want to like take all the kids and try to do all of that anyway? Stop. That's stupid. Wait till they get older, right? And then you're supposed to govern. You govern things from outside like you always had to, or her tribe will kick your ass out of there, and you be still on the outside. Just still bringing foxes and squirrels or whatever you can to the door and dropping them off, bro. The woman make your house. She make your food. She farm your food. She make your clothes. You really don't do nothing but go out there, smoke, hang out, and make sure you come back home with some meat. The easy
Oh,
life.
that's
Like,
facts. Right.
it's
Right.
easy.
They messing it
You're
up,
trying to flip it
cuz.
around. You're trying to. I just come from my pops came woke me up 6 this morning. Get up. Yeah, man. And then he started playing a song in my ear. Get up, man. I need help today. You know what I'm saying? Come on. I want you to work with me. I'm like, my legs messed up, but I got to get up, go work for my pops. It's early in the morning. How come I can't go out, sit out, smoke with the guys, hit an arrow, pow, grab something, or just go home and it's veggies. It's just it's veggie season. I'm just eating cornmeal and fruits and stuff like that. Like I really got to do all of this. I don't want to. I don't want to live in Manhattan. I don't give two craps about Manhattan, about none of those buildings. I don't care about none of them. I want to sit in the wilderness by the creeks, build a canoe. Like that's what's in my heart. I don't give two shits about those TV. I don't care none about none of this stuff. So it's like, what are we really arguing for? What are we really speaking up for when we do go in front of these people to be talking about stuff we really don't even care about? That's why even in the NBA, they were saying the guys who wanted to sit out, they were just saying they wanted to sit out and they was using like, racial excuses. And the other guys were saying, no, man, give us a reason why and some standards or some laws. Like, give us a standard of why so we can sit on something. So that goes with everything. What is our standards as Indian people that we sit on? Not that everybody else do. Because even y'all,
Right.
I'm not in the same tribe with y'all. So even though we talking and we building like this, when I go home, I can't even do the same thing y'all do. For instance, I have Muskogee heritage and I'm part of a Muskogee tribe. Muskogees really only have men chiefs. You know that? They like really the only one that have that type of stuff. But we got clan mothers that run everything, but they still just be having men chiefs. So it's a difference when it comes to certain things, even in the Indian world. We're not the same like that. Some of us might have same ancestors, but we might have another ancestor, so we live in according to another tribe and that tribe that we living in. Then we got to come out here into this world right here and try to talk politics for so-called all the black people or all the Indians. Which one is it?
So what you think? So what you saying? What would be the best? What would be the best thing you see?
What I'm
Because
saying is for me,
It would
I
be
got tribe and
putting
I got tribal laws that I live
right,
according to. That's what protect me when I'm on the streets.
right,
When I get pulled over, I got the IDs and all that. Like, what are you talking about? Like, oh, he's over there and he live over there and his chief and them is over there. That's basic law. So I'm
right.
I'm out of
yeah.
the commercial thing. Now I deal in that with to make money because my women and children need stuff. But do I care about that? Man, hell no. I want everybody to leave me alone in my destination place. Everybody can chill to you, but leave us alone. God damn it, leave us alone. Wherever the Indian is on the country, leave him alone.
We
That's
taught
right.
everybody how to do everything, so we don't really need everybody politics and all that like that. We have our own stuff, and we on our own land. Just leave us
Mm.
alone.
Mm. Facts.
Anyway, I'm sorry, Crew Cut.
Oh no,
You
you
have
good.
you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Listen, as Indians, you have your tribe, and your tribal laws protect you. Even when we was talking about psychology, you have if you want to go to psychology, really like I'm a barber. So I okay, for instance, I had another barber that was here. His wife was coming to pick him up at 12 o'clock on a Saturday. This dude was the biggest barber in town. You picking him up on Saturday to go to a psychiatrist? She came in the shop one time. I just gave her the look, and she just put her head down. And I said, like, y'all ain't got bills. Like, what's going on right now? Why would you take him and make him go do something that you want him to do? And he's the one trying to be married. You're the one acting like you need this psychiatrist. I said, tell me this. The psychiatrist, is she a white woman? Yes.
Mm.
Is she married? I don't know. You don't know. How are you getting counseling, marriage counseling from a white woman? First off, she doesn't know your situation. Two, you don't even know if she's married or not. How's she going to counsel you if she's never been married or she's not married? Hell, even if she's divorced.
And their situations ain't sure enough not like ours.
You understand what I'm saying? Then at the same time, I said, does she have any kids? She said no. What?
No relation. No where they
How
Oh
old is
live.
she?
no, that's not acceptable.
It's like, come on, man. What are we talking about here? Man, you better sit here and work, bro. What is you talking about? She
Facts.
can't even answer me. Why y'all even going? And y'all gonna go listen to this lady to tell you what? No. So when you talk about uh getting help from who? You have to spend time with yourself, read books, figure out what you like, you know what I'm saying, and learn how to do that without hurting people.
Facts.
So when you in your tribe, you got your tribal laws, and you go outside of your tribal, not outside of your tribal laws, but so to speak, out into the world. Now we figure out as Indians how we can be respected, period, on the political front, like how Black Lives is doing for everybody. We just can do something for ourselves. But as Indians, we always know we love everybody. We never turn nobody away. That's just how we go.
Man, thank
That's it.
boy. You came through and dropped some gems then, boy. You came
Man,
through
he
and
came in with
dropped
a bulldozer. He just
man,
ran
boy.
everybody
Man, he came through and dropped bombs. But see, that's how it need to be. Everybody, it's good to get different perspectives from all over and bring it all into the forefront and see how this thing's supposed to be ran. So it was good that he did come in and put their tribal ways and how different tribes was different, so people have a better understanding of what's going on in Indian country or Indian territory. Leave us alone. He couldn't have said it no better. I agree. Phoenix, you got something to say to that?
And vote Trump.
He said vote Trump. Oh, Mac back in the building. You got your mute. You on mute, Phoenix. Phoenix, you on mute.
Let me tell you guys, and speaking of Trump, you already know, right? So let me tell you how Joe Biden just threw them the election. He just gave it away to Trump. Y'all fucked up. He picked Kamala Harris, for his VP.
Seriously?
55 delegates in the state of California, 54 don't fuck with her. Hawaii, California,
Everybody hates her
Alaska,
here.
What you say?
they're the
What you say,
Everybody
last
hates
Stacey?
her
polls.
here.
They're the last
They
polls to
hate her here. I
close.
think she's cool, but they
55
hate her.
delegates, and
You say you
I
think she's
guarantee
what?
you 54 and a half delegates do not like her. They have the most delegates out of all states.
Right.
And California is not feeling her gangster. She can forget it. They just gave Trump the election again. Way to go, Joe.
The Spirit Wolf was saying something. What you were saying, Spirit Wolf?
Oh, and I was just saying, like they can't stand her in California, but I think she all right. Just personally, because I'll be meeting people personally, just like Obama.
Yeah.
I like Obama personally. I met him. I went up to him, confronted him, everything. Boy, he's so slick and man,
He said he's slick.
I ain't even going. Boy, the man right there, got it together. But it's politics. I can't stand it. You know what I'm
Got you.
saying?
I
Can't
got you.
stand that he did as damn near as president. Anything. It was ridiculous. He was a straight sucker. But as a personally, as a man, a cool guy, great dad, all of that. You know what I'm saying?
So you see how
But politics,
when
no,
they get into politics, totally different
no.
person. Straight pump it of the year. Waltho said, "How is it different today?" What do you mean? Come back again, Mr. Waltho. What's different today? He said, up until 1907, Indians in Oklahoma still had multiple wives. That part of our culture. How is it different today?
It's not.
Because we have,
Wow.
I can tell you
It's
what the
not.
difference is. I can
It's
tell you what the
not.
difference is.
Go
I'm
Phoenix.
not telling you the right
Go
difference,
ahead.
but I can tell you what the difference is today. The
Okay.
difference is today, the commercialized so-called
Yeah.
tradition of what
Yeah.
marriage is,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
From the time we were
Facts.
5 years old, they mold us for the wedding of our dreams, and some
Facts.
prince, right, rides in on a white
Of
horse.
course.
We learn
Of
fairy
course.
tales. We think of this different thing instead of partnership. We think love all the time. We don't think, you know, it's a program. It's part of the programming. Part of the
Right.
program.
Yep.
And the ideology of the thought process of what the family is supposed to be like. When dad really didn't say or do too much, he just fucking provided and maybe like whipped your ass if mom was too tired. Like, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't like they had their way of being there that was completely effective, but they were never in the way. You know what I'm saying? And mom, you may say dad first. A child will always say dad first, right? But they will say mommy the most.
Mm-hmm.
Mom, they'll say it the most.
True.
And I think that the whole
Mama.
2-for-1 partnership thing, they don't know about the marriage bonds, and the bands, excuse me, they're called marriage bands
Right.
actually, and especially North Carolina, where they had to post it to make sure that people didn't commit bigamy, and that they did not marry their sister or brother or something like that, or cousin or someplace too close within the laws of North Carolina. They had to post it on the church or city hall or somewhere where it was going to be completely noticeable on the marketplace, somewhere where everybody was going to see this document. You notice they even took the words out when marriage became like a completely commercial affair. They took the words out, my lawfully wedded wife, right? By law. There was a marriage, or what did they call it? What was the other word? Stacey, you know what I'm talking about? What do they
Man,
call it
all
now?
that
It's
crap.
completely different. But before, it used to say, is there any person that has an objection? Yes, because that's my husband. And I've been married to Bill for 10 years. Remember, those things used to happen. So
Hmm.
there was always, and it depends on the culture, the state, the tribe, the people that were there, and what happened in those areas. So Mr. Walto says in 1907, bigamy wasn't even an issue. In Utah, look at what they do in Utah. The Mormons, right? They got some stuff going on. They all do the sister wife things and stuff like that and coexist and everything. They all do the homeschool and everything. They look happier than a pig in shit, but we don't really know what that's like.
So you think it's
We'll have
cool?
to, no, I don't think it's cool. I think that it's a part of the program, though, that needs to be explained. No
No,
one
no. Do you
owns.
think polygamy is okay?
I don't think it's. I don't want to say it's okay. It's something that you have to probably be responsible with. Again, just knowing that you don't own people, that's something that has to be discussed. I think some
Yep.
people have the right to monogamy as well. Like, you can do what it is that you want to do as long as it's in a healthy manner in which it's communicated. As long as nobody's feelings are fucked up, there's probably going to be some good things that come out of people being happy. Right? What the fuck comes out of people being happy? Other people are happy around them, happy kids, happy social life, things are thriving, right? Miserable people, miserable kids, miserable social life, miserable. You want the things, whatever it is. I don't know. You can't make those decisions for people. Nor do I want to, but or whatever it is, you just communicate that with your partner, and people just be safe and do what they gotta do. Do
Halito
what they want
Dudu.
to do.
Hold on. That's what Mr. Waldo talking about. See, he
What's
said,
that?
are they doing the same thing now? Meaning, everybody living in polygamy now. Yeah, these dudes got like 10, 50, a woman, 5 side chicks, 2 exotic chicks, all this stuff, man. This how men want to live, the average man. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
They hold
it's
on.
okay. Live.
They lie about it and all this old type of stuff. And the women, oh, the biggest liars in the world. Oh my God. They always want this guy. He could be the ugliest little nigga on the block. You know what I'm saying? Nigga ain't about shit. Excuse my language. You know what I'm saying? Nigga ain't about shit. You know what I'm saying? But you just gotta have this nigga because he just ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? You know he ain't about nothing. And that's his whole MO. But he done slept with everybody around here, come to find out. Then you got the other guy, the guy that just got all the money. You know what I'm saying? He sleep with everybody too. I mean, everybody. I see this every day.
Every day.
In my own life, you have women. The women normally really like you when other women like you. Women don't like the guy nobody really likes. Women like the guy everybody likes. Okay,
Absolutely. Well,
so
well,
we gotta like let's be real. So when the guy that everybody, all the women like, she just want her peace. Okay. Now you as a man, when you give her the peace, you have to also kind of like give her peace. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna do
Mm-hmm.
that, but you got some women
That's
who just want their peace. They gonna use you just for a booty call. Why? Because you that
but
nigga.
see but that's
So
the
let's
old that's the old polygamy right there though, what you're saying. That's how they used
yes,
to do it. Some of the women want the same man, but they had their own house, they had their own clan and their own children. So
yes,
people mixing it up, like Phoenix was saying, people is not playing fair, like you were saying, people lying and doing all this other stuff. When they can just all
it's
come together and figure it out.
right. Like for instance, I'm in LA. I see it all the time. You can say whatever you want. You can say whatever you want. Soon as that nigga that's on TV come around here, yeah, whatever he say goes. I mean, we been in the shop. Blueface came in the shop with 2 friends, and he just started smoking. The owner didn't say nothing. They were just like, yeah, girl, they just kept, they act like they didn't even see him. You know what I'm saying? Then they start peeking. Then they, yeah, I was just like, I came out to my spot. I was like, yo, where all the smoke coming from? Then I looked, I was like, oh, that's how it is? All right. but, but that's how, anytime a guy, because they all gonna come over here. And when they come over here, these chicks can say whatever they want, man. But they know he married, all this stuff. They don't care, man. It's him. So what are we talking about? Like, my mom asked me when I was in Georgia, you had your 2 wives and, they didn't this. I said, Mama, why you always bringing that up? I was big in Islam, Mom. You married a Egyptian Arab and brought him in my house when I came home from Baltimore. He was there. Good guy. I had a great time with him. I had a great time with Islam. But I found out who I really was and who we really were. But my point for saying all that is when you come question me with all this type of marriage stuff, from which are you coming from? The Bible? You don't even read the Bible. Are you coming from the Quran? You don't read that either. So, like, from what law are you even questioning me about marriage from? Your ideal, like Phoenix said, of your Prince and Charming when you got older, the TV fed you? I asked her, I said, Mom, what is a wedding ring? Where does it come from? What do you mean?
Yeah,
That
you can show
doesn't
that.
have anything to do with the conversation. Mom, what is a wedding ring and what is it for? And who made it up?
mm.
So people want stuff, and you don't even know where the hell it come from.
Wow.
Hey, where my ring at? Who told you that that meant marriage or that meant something? Who told you that? Was that black people culture? No, it came from some Protestant dude named Martin Luther, and he said that from that finger is a big vein that go to your heart, and that's why he put it on that finger. And people don't even know this shit, but they worship that shit. That's crazy. So it's like, okay, bridesmaids. Why do you have bridesmaids? Do you know what that really means?
Uh, hmm,
Bridesmaids
hmm.
mean that all them women you brought, I get to have my way with all of them because they are all about to be a part of my household. That's what bridesmaid means. Do you even know that? What you do? You got
Wow.
your girl. Oh my God! Choose my dress. Oh, fit me, fit me. You know what I'm saying? They got shows
Oh, hell
about
no.
arguments. They get this big old argument before they get the wedding and all this old shit. Feeding people, feeding them that. Nobody knows where it come from. Nobody knows what that shit really means.
I got about 3 wives over here.
The marriage license. Where does that come from?
Right.
See, this is all European stuff, and people in Europe, they have a king over them. That means if you got a king over you, that means nigga, you's a subject. Bottom line, you like consider yourself a slave. That's why they hooked up with us and fought against that. Because they was always subjects, i.e. slaves. Eh? Meaning the king, he has lords. My Lord Charles, my Lord
My
Frederick,
lord.
and this, that.
My lord.
And the lords are over the king's manors, provinces. Okay? Now,
Parishes.
all this. He has subjects. That lord, those people that live in his parish, they are his subjects. You want to get married? You must let the Lord fuck your whatever, fiance. Fornication under consent of the king. So fuck me. Don't even know where fucking come from. Okay?
Wow.
Fornication under consent of the king. He got to test her out first. Bam, that's his. Then he say, go ahead, you can have her.
Oh my bad.
So I'm saying, what the hell are we doing?
We doing white people stuff. That's what we
Oh,
doing.
Boy, Stacey
I'm
in
done.
hell tonight, boy. Hey, he
I'm
left.
done.
He said he done. Man, come on, man.
That was crazy. That was crazy. But I'm sorry. I mean, y'all to get off. I gotta I gotta do some things in the morning. But
Oh, thanks for
appreciate being
stopping
on the
by.
show with y'all tonight.
Bro, thanks for stopping
Hey,
by.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Don't forget to everybody tune in to brother. He's over on Facebook. Oh, he's on YouTube now.
yeah,
You want to tell
three-headed
him
monster.
Three-headed monster. All right.
Three-headed monster.
Three-headed.
All right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
But
they be
So,
I
talking
might
about
have to.
community. Huh?
No. Is the thing about it is it's kind of hard to find. So if you can find me on Facebook on the Brian Edrington, EDRINGTON. If you and I send you the link because it's when you pull up three-headed monster, you're gonna have literally three-headed monsters, and it's kind of hard to try to find the podcast that we got.
how
We
you spell
also
it?
on Pod.
It's Brian
So
Edgerton.
the podcast, how do you spell the three-headed monster?
This
How do you
is
put
basically is three. It's just basically the normal way you're supposed to spell it. Three-headed monster. And it's three brothers of me, Drone, and my boy Tut. We started the podcast like 3 years ago, and we just went live this year. And oh man, look where we at now. So we do everything on Friday nights at 8 o'clock, and we do Monday nights at 8 o'clock. I just would love anybody who wants to get on. We're all we're trying to do is build. That's it. We ain't trying to argue. We ain't trying to destroy. We trying to find solutions on where we can build our community and keep going from there. And I appreciate you just even being on here.
Man, we thank you for coming out.
Actually, I
Man.
mean, I think me and Phoenix need to sit down because Phoenix got me confused as hell right now. But
Why?
Why
Why
she
do I
got you
have you
confused?
confused?
he's laughing for a reason. He know why.
Why you confused?
I'll come over there. We'll come over there.
All right, yeah,
I'll
we're
come
gonna
over
come
there.
over there. We're gonna come over there and
No, it's no, because I had to go back and do some studies on the Republican and Democrat, which I'm independent. I'm not neither one, but
Right.
it's the political scene is really crazy. And if what you just said was right that he picked Kamala Harris, yeah, Biden just lost. Yes.
Nobody
Not
like
agreeing.
her. Seriously.
Hey, you right on the head. You right on the head. He just gave it up.
Because
He did it.
this is
Let me
I'm
drop
only
down.
giving you my opinion. It's my opinion. If Trump would just shut the hell up and just do what he got to do, I wouldn't have no problems with him. He just talked
He
too
is
damn
doing
much,
what
and
he
he
has
just
to do, and he fucking cash money shit.
You
Obama
gotta let
said
him. You
everything.
gotta let him have
he
that.
wanted
You
to
gotta
say.
let
He
the
didn't
white.
do
You gotta let a
anything.
white guy have that.
That's all you asking
He
for.
no. If
But
anybody is
but
in a
okay,
winning
all right,
position, we gotta let them have that.
I
We
got you on
celebrate
that.
when we got down last two spades. Goddamn it, we start making the cards at the table hard.
Yeah.
We dance in the end zone. We do bust a little two step when you hit that alley oop. Like, come on now. That's what he
Man,
is. He's
no,
been
no,
rich for a long
and
time.
the reason why,
These rappers is cocky, and it was just fine. These rappers is just as cocky as that man is, arrogant,
They super
disrespectful. In real
cocky.
life,
That's right.
That's true.
real
but
time.
at
We
the
don't.
same
We holding him
time, he
to
was
a standard
a Democrat, though.
of perfection. We holding him
He
to a
was a
standard of
Democrat, though.
perfection for what? For what? When he's doing what he got to do, he's doing what the nigga ain't even asking him to do. And they not even taking advantage of the benefits. And he's actually holding off the people that usually steal the Negroes' benefits.
Gary said we got
So-
swag though, Phoenix.
That is a fact. And that is something that everybody operates off
That's
of.
why it looks
Our-
funny. I guess that's why it looked
We
funny
have
when he
that
does
swag.
it because he's lacking swag. But he feel his own swag. He's riding his wave.
It doesn't matter.
I mean,
I'm telling you, you want white people to say what they
policy.
say it
Look at
to
the
out
policy.
loud.
It gotta be
Don't
a
hold it
good
in.
idea. It has to be
And
one
then
thing that
let's see how you act.
right? Not
Mhm.
because I say so, but just think of this one thing that makes him completely different from every single president, besides Lincoln. Okay?
I'm not a big fan of Lincoln either, but go ahead.
Who's the only other
If that
president
was the case.
white people
separating
hated
power.
too?
So yeah.
They're the only presidents that enacted any type of laws for black people. Period.
I won't say that. That's
Fact.
not true. That's not true. Lyndon B. Johnson did he did some stuff. He did a lot of stuff.
What do you do?
He signed the
You
Civil
better
Rights
say,
Act.
don't say civil.
He signed the
What'd he
Civil Rights
do?
Act. Step up. Voters registration. They closed the motherfucking American Colonization Society.
And
What
we
else?
integrated. And we
I know.
integrated after that, and that's what we went wrong.
That's
We
what
was
niggas asked
already
for.
integrating though. We was
But now
already
when a
having
nigga get
babies
what
with
he
them
asked
folks.
for, when they get what they asked for, the Negroes still mad. Didn't they ask for integration? They wanted equality. You wanted it, so now you don't want it. So now it's a bad thing, right? So see,
You already
what
had
the
it.
niggas- What
They
do
already
they
They
had
just
want?
didn't
equality.
want to get fed at the back of the restaurants. They wanted to feel like they was equal to everyone else. So they didn't
How
feel
we
like
gonna
that.
just sit up
I'm
and
telling you how
Nigga,
they
get your
felt.
own restaurant, nigga.
I'm saying they had
Get
to
your own
feel some
restaurant.
type of way.
Now you want your own restaurant. But now you want your own restaurant. Now we're talking about Angela Stanton because she's saying what? Get your own, build your own enterprise. We're supposed to just be building our own enterprises. Niggas want to go and work at the white man. Now we got all of our sisters getting jobs with the white man.
Facts.
Every time you want to file something at the county recorder, you got the sister behind the window telling you can't do nothing.
But I'm not
She at
talking
the
about
she at the DMV. She everywhere.
right. So
They
that
done
was
took
the,
our woman out away from us and made her they watchdog. You understand what I'm saying? Come on, y'all. We don't need none of that stuff. Our problem is we always think we need them. We always think we gotta chill with them. We
but
don't. There's so
but
many
that's
black people here. Why we need white people politics?
what I'm
What is
saying.
that?
That's what I'm saying.
What is that
We
because
shit
we
that we
don't
need
trust
white
each
people
other.
politics?
We don't work
No,
with each
equal
other.
with
We
you.
don't trust each other,
Equal.
and people have
You know, we win all
bias
the
towards
wars. We win all the
better
wars. Who equal with us? We win all the wars. You understand what I'm saying?
Mhm. I
We
agree.
won
I ain't
all the
saying
wars.
that's right. I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying that's what's happening.
I know.
People
All
of
right,
But
color
y'all.
it's
But
do
I
true.
not
gotta get out.
All
Well,
right, Brian, man.
I'm
We'll
not
see
saying
you.
you.
Thanks for coming through.
All right, peace. Nah.
All
I'm speaking for
right.
that narrative.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
can. You get them. You
Well,
get. Go
what were
ahead.
we
What you
saying,
about to
Coach?
say? No, nothing. I had some other stuff I
Mhm.
was gonna post, but we having a good bill, so I just
Go
left it
for
at
it. Go
bay.
for it. Go for it. Go for it. What you got going on, good brother?
Well, you are now able to purchase the event, the webinar online, and be able to stream it at home. It is a all day event. Y'all know Coach had to go all the way out for this one because we have the COVID scare, so we have to do our social distancing while we're there.
Yeah.
So it's gonna look a little weird when you get in there, but no, it's just to keep everybody satisfied with the social distancing and the screen protectors, keep you off. So whatever party you come with, that'll be your section, and we're gonna barricade you off a little bit by putting them little plastic guards, so won't nobody be talking over you and stuff like that and spreading germs. Um, Look, Doodoo said, "Man, stop playing." Yeah, we streaming it live. We making sure that everyone can get this because we're going. This tour is supposed to go for at least 3 years. The information that we're bringing is pertaining to each and every state. Will get their own personal bill from us, so there will never be a repeat of shows.
That's
So
right.
you all have your hands full with what we bring into the table and with the guest speakers, the people that everyone's been watching. They will actually get to be in the same building with them and be in a room full of people that believes and listen to the same thing that we do for years. We'll be in the same room together. So that kills everything about what anyone else is saying. This tour isn't
Yeah.
hidden. No, it's not hidden like a cult, doodoo. We're not hiding anything. We're out. We're out.
Yeah. Y'all
We
can check us out on Dennis
Who said
that was
that?
that. Doodoo said. He said, "You mean to tell me the tour is hidden? We have no reason to hide the information that we are bringing." Um, but the only reason why we do have to charge because streaming a live event is very expensive. It is not just a few dollars. We just gonna throw a webcam up and we're gonna stream it live. No, 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 no. You have to make sure the people in the building can hear it and the people that's also watching it can hear it and can hear it well. So this will be a great start for what we have going, and we are looking forward. We are so excited to the very first No Grandma Killers tour. I hope any questions? Do anyone have any questions?
Anybody have any Hey, drop the and we have a number that they can call if they want to call in, and we have
Oh
a
yeah,
number
I
also.
can put a number out right quick. We can
Got a
take some
call
live
in
calls,
number?
man. I got
Man,
it
y'all got
all over
something
here.
going on every day.
Hey man, we always had to call in number. The number the same, six
Mhm.
seven eight
Okay.
two
Yep.
five zero 3777. I'm gonna put the number up so everyone can get it. And
Say that number again. Say the number again.
six
Say that
seven
again.
He in
six
shock.
678-250-3777. You can call in live.
That's right.
I'm booting it up right now so
And
everyone
no
can call
grandma killers.
at the No Grandma Killers event. We will be live.
Huh?
Coachella, you got some explaining to do. We heard this was a private affair. Well, if we made it private, we got
I need
people.
to know something. Let me know because we also got the space. So for the elders that are coming, if you don't feel good after you get there, or if you have want to leave the event early to go back to the hotel, we still have meeting space there at the still at the hotel as
That's
well.
right. And we can stream it
Where you
live
don't have
there.
to be in your rooms. We still have the conference room where everybody can social distance.
That's right.
If you want to eat there, you can, or if you want someone to there's going to be a lot of vendors with some great food. So there's going to be a lot of services available. We're looking to make sure that everybody has a good time, even if they are not, healthy or well enough to be, because we do have a lot of seniors coming and we want to make sure that they are safe. So for those of them that change their mind, they'll be able to be accommodated at the hotel with everything that they need. So if you have any accommodations, you need a handicap room, please let me know. If you need something on the first floor or something that's wheelchair accessible, easy for someone with a walker or something like that, or a stroller, if you bring in babies, please let us know. We will have wipes and everything, but make sure you bring your mask and make sure you bring stuff for the children as well. We will have some stuff there, but please make sure that you come correct with the things that you need, especially traveling. If you're traveling, coming through the airport and stuff like that. We're going to have pregnant people there, and we just want to make sure that we keep everybody healthy, okay?
That's it. Let me see. I'm trying to get this call-in number so they can go ahead and call in and we can answer some questions real quick. I put the website up. Someone asked. Let me see. I just lost the question. Where do I pay for live stream? So I just posted it. It's right there. www.nograndmakillers.com. That's where you can post. Now we had to cut off the limit of tickets because of the COVID scare. If it wasn't due to COVID, we would have packed. We would have had 500, 600, 700, 800 people. We would have packed the house out. But I kind of like the fact that it's not. It's more. Oh, it sounds like I'm breaking up, but it's more. It's more like personal. But everyone will get it. Everybody get it online. This is gonna be awesome. You just don't know. This is gonna be real awesome.
Right. It's a fact.
And then we're still looking for vendors.
Yes, we have 6 spots left. We have 6 vendor spots left. Now, also, it's supposed to rain this weekend. It's
5.
Hell, man.
No, we're
Good.
down to 5. We're down to 5. We're down to 5.
5.
We're down to
Yeah.
5.
Yeah,
I'm
5.
sorry.
4. Down to 4.
Hey,
Down to
all
4.
right. Can I ask a corny question?
Come on.
There's no such thing. Go for it.
What y'all gonna be wearing? we go regular or what's up? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we normal. We it's gonna be an all day
Do I gotta
event.
paint? Do I gotta, you know what I'm saying? Do I gotta paint? You know what I'm
No,
saying?
it's an all day event, so you want you to be comfortable. You know what I'm
I
saying?
know I'm just messing. All right, cool.
That's why another reason why we're coming, because it's an all day event and people need to be able to access this information. Okay, the lines is open. Let me go ahead and put the number up. The number again is 678-250-3777. That number again is 678-250-3777. You can call for all concerns or questions about the show, or any question about anything or statement that was discussed tonight. Doodoo, you got any questions about the event? Cab, unmute yourself. What they say, Cab, unmute yourself. Okay, the number again is 678. I'm about to put this number. I'm going to change it right here.
Yeah, man, call if y'all don't call in. Come on now. Let's hear a voice. Yeah, there it go. Damn.
Okay, 250-3777.
That's it. Come on.
Yeah, I'm surprised people not calling in. They usually got a whole bunch of questions for us.
Yeah.
Y'all got Phoenix Moon and Tasha She on here. Y'all not gonna ask nothing. People take advantage. Take advantage.
Right. Y'all got genealogy questions? Something.
Boom.
Alito.
Alito, this is Davita. How y'all doing?
Hey, Davita, how you doing?
Hey,
Hey, Davida, how you
Oh,
doing?
Davida.
I'm doing well. I'm just calling in to tell y'all I'm so excited.
Yes, Tasha
Yeah.
Levin is on the line.
So are we.
We're excited too. We're super excited. We can't wait to see you all there.
I can't wait either, man. I'm telling you, we're gonna be lit. And yes, we're gonna be lit. We're gonna be so lit. I just
Yeah.
wanted to call and just tell y'all, hey, I can't wait to meet everybody and learn all this information, bring the grandkids in.
Oh, you got
Oh,
your
yeah.
something playing in the background. But we'll
I'm
see.
sorry, I'm trying to mute it.
It
Okay.
don't matter. We can hear you.
Okay, there
We
you
can hear
go.
you.
Sorry. Can you hear me now?
We hear you loud and clear.
Okay, yeah. I just wanted to tell y'all that I'm so excited. And the grandkids all called me. I was going to bring them Friday, but since they all in Atlanta, we're going to bring them Saturday since that's going to be, when all the family's going to get together, But they all excited, and I can't wait to see y'all. So peace, and I'll see y'all then.
All right, see you then.
All right,
Oh, yeah.
thank you, Davida.
Can't wait to see you,
We had
Davida.
someone
Thank
else
you for
call in.
calling.
We had let me see who I had. We just had someone else call in. You can call right back. The caller that
Yeah,
just
call us
called.
right back.
Yeah, just call right back. So yeah, this is gonna be great. It's like y'all just don't know. Coach had a lot of sleepless nights. Uh-oh. What happened to him?
How you doing?
Alito.
Chue.
Gulf
Alito.
caller.
There we go. Uh-oh. Hello? Alito.
Alito. How y'all doing?
All right. Who we got on the line?
How you doing, pal?
This is Nathan Yaku. Everybody calls me Jacob.
Okay, what's going on?
That's right.
How you doing?
I'm just checking in.
Oh, that's what's up. That's right. You had any question or any statement you would like to make?
Yeah, I do. But I'm gonna keep it simple.
Go for it.
All right.
Come on. They
All
calling,
right.
boy.
So basically, I'm here in Maryland.
Uh-huh.
I'm here in Maryland.
I'll stop that call. I can't stop him from calling. Hold on, y'all. Wait a minute. Let him finish. I'm trying to find that call so I can stop it. All right, here we go.
I'm calling from Maryland. So, been here all my life. My family going back 4 or 5 generations. My mother going back to the 1600s. They've cut off my father, his heritage. He used to sleep on the porch of some woman that he used to work for in a cage. My grandfather did, who was a pastor. He called the white man the devil from day one. He didn't have the knowledge that I have, but he laid a very good foundation. So I know who I am. I know what they're doing. I know what they're hiding. And I'm okay. And you know what's crazy? I'm okay with it. You know why I'm okay with it?
I'm listening.
I'm okay with it because I see the light at the end of the tunnel.
Okay.
And I know what's in the cards, not just for me and my family, but for everybody who chooses not to be in a burning building.
Facts. Well, thanks for calling in. I'm gonna get this other call right quick.
All right, y'all take care. Peace.
All right.
Thank you.
Brother.
Halito, this thing is blowing up. What's good?
Yeah, I'm
Halito.
Alito. Is the show still on? It just stopped for me over there. The show is still going on?
Yeah, we still live.
Yeah.
Oh,
We
I
here,
couldn't see it.
we here, brother.
But peace to the family. Thank y'all for everything that y'all doing, so forth and so on. Keep up the good work. I just wanted to make a comment and get some feedback that I really don't have a bias on who did what, but I have a perspective that what we know to be the elders, what they did or what they didn't do is how we got into this position currently. And the babies, the children, is set up to experience a whole new level of subjugation that is going to be a million times worse. And so I don't feel like nobody under 25 is the problem or to be so a certain type of way, and that everybody over 65 was the people that partake in either taking position in the colonial establishment or playing hush-hush and leading the people the wrong way. So I love my grandmoms and all that, but when I approached her with to tell me who, what, where, how, and why, she cursed me. So with the no grandma killers, it's like, what if grandma is slime? Or do people who get an exemption because of their gender or their position in the family, or is wrong?
What was your name, brother?
Say again.
Caller?
What you asking, Tasha?
Well, no, what is your name?
What if grandma
what's your
slime
name
with the
again?
no?
What's your name again?
My name is Dumore.
Dumore.
Dumor. Yeah.
Thank you, Dumore.
So, the elders set up the current situation that we got going on. Their compliance, they're not following through. They're not schooling us and telling us the who, what, when, how, and why. Like nobody kind of led and guided me on the acknowledgement that is being discussed here today. And actually, when I presented it to my grandmother, she cursed me. And my grandmother denounced her grandmother when I said, well, now, if you're her daughter, if you're Lucretia's daughter and that's Lucretia's mother, are you what they are? She said, no, I'm not, none of that. And then once again, like the babies is set up a whole different kind of way. So with the no grandma killers, love my grandmother and all that, but what if grandma is slime? What if grandma is a big reason how and why all these bad things are happening?
Well, you're going through the bloodline of the grandma. You're going through your bloodline. You know, because you got to remember, we went through, we got young people now who have grandparents who was in the 80s, hold on, y'all. You have people that was in the 80s who parents was probably strung out on drugs now, and now the grandkids is going through it. We have to remember we're just going through that matriarch line to connect can you hear me? To connect ourselves to this land. Now your great grandmama's not gonna tell you was African. So basically, we just trying to get back to who we are. When you go somewhere else, and this is just my definition. We have different definitions of grandma killers, but when you start going anywhere else, that's what we call a grandma killer, because you're killing off your ancestors by claiming something that you're not.
And your grandma can be a grandma killer.
All right. Well, are you coming to the
And
tour?
the thing is,
I don't think he can hear y'all.
we gotta go.
I'm gonna let him hang up so he can hear y'all. Okay. Big homie, you won't be able to hear them, so you're gonna have to hang up. But I want to ask you a question before you go. Well, are you coming to the tour, or are you gonna watch the tour?
I left. I'm more than likely gonna watch the live. What I just told y'all is what I'm gonna still say again, because before all this became pop culture, I've been had a theory that the elders got us into this because we didn't set none of this up, especially nobody under 25, how we like to speak about the shorties. The shorties is inheriting something that the people that came before them set it up. Just like when I was born in 81, I inherited a situation that was already set up. So once again, when I asked Grams, who are we and what are we? And she told me, get up out of here. We don't talk about nationality in this family, this is that and the third. And I'm going, yo, like, this is wrong. So what if grandma was the killer? What if grandma killed grandpa? And to me, like, I understand the way the tribes were set up, but I don't have a bias where somebody, because of their gender, matriarchal, so forth and so on, is not superseding patriarchal and no way, shape, or form, especially if we deal with equality. Right is right and wrong is wrong. You see what I'm saying? And so, because of people's position, they could become haughty. Power corrupts, absolutely.
Are you
see what I'm saying?
Are you a Moor? Are you an
Nah. See, now once again, that was something that would have to be established through bloodline, because my family is Gullah, Cherokee,
Right.
Lenape, so forth and so on. But I was told there was also some Africans somewhere along the line. And so when we try to choose some of our bloodline over the other, like, so we going to talk about grandparents, or like when Phoenix talk about your grandparents, fifth and sixth and seventh generation, that's hundreds of people right there. I don't have to exalt one over the other. And then somewhere along the line, you
True.
got some people in there that was slime, and you got some people that was good. You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So my family coming from the
Facts.
Emmanuel Baptist Church with a little Dylan kid, he shot up them people. Two of them people was my cousins. You see what I'm saying? But that was a church that was established here in North America. So I can't say that my family was all good. But even with the establishment of that church, they did help with the so-called Underground Railroad. So it's not all good. And I don't think that any one person, whoever they may be or whatever they gender, frees them of any guilt or puts them any more guilt on them. Just that and the third. I think we have to take it in a personal way of who did what, when, how, and why. And also, with the whole matriarch joint, obviously it wasn't that shaken because it got taken down. It's like the
Okay.
patriarchal society. You have
So
its
this what I'm gonna
problems. So
do. You're gonna
I
have
think
to.
we should make a whole new.
But
Okay. So thanks for coming
well,
through.
can
I
we
want
answer
you.
your question though?
I want him to. He can't hear it. He won't be able to hear it. So he has to hang up so he can hear. He can hear you.
Yeah,
on
I'm
the
gonna hang
stage.
up right now. But
Okay.
yo,
So
y'all keep up the good work,
thanks for
and
checking.
I'm going to
And
tap
make sure you
into
listen
the
in so
event.
they can answer your question.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Thank you.
I
All right.
appreciate
What
that
So
y'all?
call.
when
What
we
y'all
talking
got?
about no grandma killers, that includes all the ancestors. It's just not female centered.
The men and the
So
women.
it's not like we're being biased, but like we already discussed earlier, the clans in most of the woodland tribes go through the women. So you are your grandmother or your mother's clan, right? So we're not being gender biased by using grandmother. But to answer your question about your grandmother, sometimes the people have traumatic experiences behind their ethnicity. And back in her times, people went to jail.
Somebody
They
from
were
Texas.
killed for saying that they are Indian. So that's probably why she's like, we don't talk about nationalities in this family because she's traumatized.
Yeah.
And that happened to a lot of people, grandmothers and
Hey, how y'all
grandfathers
doing?
Hold
from
on.
that time period.
Oh, Tasha, we got
All
somebody
right.
else calling in. Who caller? State your name.
Give us a second.
This is Patrick Hardy in Houston, Texas.
Oh, what's up, Patrick?
Hey, Patrick.
What's up, my brothers? Y'all doing all right? And sisters,
Yeah,
empresses?
we doing
Yes,
awesome.
we're doing fine.
We're doing
Yeah,
awesome.
man. I always listen and checking out. You know, keep me going. Be listening to the shows and stuff. And you know, most of the time we got to base what area you're in. Like in Houston, right?
Right.
So I come up in Houston, and I could tell you all around Houston what it used to be when I was a child. You know, I was born in '66. I was raised here in Houston as a baby. You know, and I think when I was young, man, we had a lot of different areas, and most of downtown Houston, all the freeways, they cut through most of all the Negroes and Chicanos neighborhoods and stuff. We had more business, more respect. But see, here in Houston, we had multiple different cultures here. What you want to call these Negroes didn't really speak English. They spoke a language. And that's when they started saying our language or French, call us Frenchmen, and it's not French at all, you know? But so then I hear a lot of brothers be talking about Mexicans, right? In California and Chicago. For what I'm telling you, you know, it just depends who they are because the Chicanos, the Mexican American, what you want to call Chicanos here in Texas, we're in Houston, they always were down with us, with Negroes, and they threaten too, because they have other groups coming in and they locking them up left and right, but they don't do battle with each other, you know, like gangs and stuff.
Right.
They mostly no games like Negroes, so-called Creoles, and Chicanos. They like tight knit, man. They always been. So when you see other, so when you see, huh?
No, you said Negroes, Chicanos, and what else you say?
Creole.
Well, I used to use the term Creole, but
I was just saying
they
how all that went together, like Mexicans, Puerto Ricans, all that just went. Negroes, Creoles, and
yeah, but see, we didn't have other Hispanic groups here.
Okay.
When I was young, they just start coming in the 80s. You know, from Central America, South America. Then they would start seeing other colored folks that's dark skinned that come from other countries into
to Houston, said these people speak Spanish. And so the Chicanos, they don't much want to speak Spanish no more. But like in the prison system, we got so many different African groups here.
You said
It's unreal.
African groups? African
Yeah,
groups?
yeah, we got the largest Nigerian population in the United States.
Wow.
And the guy that run the ship China, the vice president he's Yuba, from Nigeria. So we have 2 Nigerian coaches here. We have other countries from other African countries here. They get all types of programs, benefits. But in the state of Texas, the Texas federal prison, the Texas private prison, and what they call that, prison for profits, the number 1 prison guards are Nigerians. So they could get off a boat with a working visa, which I agree with Trump about these working visas, take it away. So they could get here, they get over $5,000, low house and a gold card to go to a doctor for pennies, and they the number 1 prison guards in Texas, in every prison system, and they messing over white boys, brothers, and these damn Mexican Chicanos, man. So, you see all these new different coaches here, and even at the very bottom, in the Negro areas, historic areas, it's like they done closed schools down and stuff, and under Obama, some historic black neighborhoods, they closed down schools and stuff controlled by Democrats, and then they reopened it up to house these immigrants in there. And these people pay property taxes. And check this out. They try to make June 10 a national holiday. Sheila Jackson of Texas, right?
Mm-hmm.
Guess where she's from? She was born in New York. And guess what? Her mother and her daddy is from Jamaica. So she's not classified as African American. She's classified as a Jamaican American. But she holds a higher power. She's a millionaire. She the one trying to make June 10 like slaves and stuff. And Amir Houston's a Negro. He was born here. He grew up in Ecker's home, the Fofo. That's a historic Creole territory, Negro areas, farmers and stuff. They call it Fofo, and a lot of gangster raps over there now. But you see all these different people coming here, and, brothers do their time, they come out, they trap, they go back in. But those Nigerians are screwing these people up. And you hear from white folks, you hear from Hispanic folks, you hear from American Negro.
Hey, so what you're saying is like what I deal with when I be saying like these, we go to the emergency rooms and you see nothing but them Nigerians and stuff in there.
Well, we see mostly a lot of Africans, most of the Nigerians. We have a large Ethiopian population, but we have 2 Nigerian coaches here, and they don't get along in their own country, let alone over here. The only time they get together when this president called their country a shithole country. Yeah. That's the only time they get along, man. And so you got like 375 coaches in Nigeria, man. But a lot of these, like I say, since y'all not in Texas, but in Houston, I would, Chicano, Mexican American of Texas in Houston, man, they is like brothers, man. Even the women and the men, they all twine together. Even in the gangster lifestyle, man, you're gonna see them 2 going. Those 3 group, Negroes are here, man. They straight up believe in the African stuff too. So you can't even say their word no more. So they more militant they stuff. So they just Chicanos and Negroes, put it that way. I'm using that term. But when I was growing up, man, you could go in back and forth areas, man. You got to pass. But if you from somewhere else, if a Mexican, they try to start some trouble like they said they hurting brothers and sisters in California, and they hurting people in Chicago, the Chicanos over here in Houston would take them out over a Negro territory, man. So they work together, man. Even local level, middle class level, it's like they like brothers and sisters. Some of the music of our music, Zydeco, it's just like Tejano music. Same drum beat, except but the Indian dance. So when people from other states don't realize it, I don't mess around with I don't even mess around with Puerto Ricans that's here now. We got a lot, man. It's like the UN here. Right. But the American Negro, our people as a whole, we at the bottom, man. Like we got Martin Luther King, a lot of killings, man. Right. A lot of killings and stuff, but it don't make the news. But most of the people control us because we looking at, they black like us. Well, you got this woman born in New York,
you got one thing you want to say before I answer this call? Because we got more people calling in.
Okay, well, man, hey, I love y'all, man. And don't judge a book by its covers, man. That's our problem, because they brown or dark or whatever. They your number one enemies pushing the African American on us.
Yeah, that's right. So
That's
We in
right.
the same boat, man. Same sinking boat.
all right, thanks for coming through.
All right, family. Y'all take care.
All right, you too.
You too, brother. Peace.
Thank you.
Look, I'm going.
Yeah, so we had they coming through. They put that link up, boy. That thing ringing. Do 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 do.
Yeah.
But yeah, thanks for everyone
my
that's
grandma.
been calling out. What you was about to say?
My grandma, I called her a Creole because I was trying to find out about some family history, and she screamed
Hey,
at me
we got
about
Callie.
her
We got,
her grandfather being, her father being an Indian and her grandfather being an Indian. So she didn't tell it to me like it was nice. She told it to me out of because I disrespected her. She felt. You know what I'm saying? So it didn't come out like, and that's what shocked my whole life because I was fully in my African garb. I was feeling myself. You know what I'm saying? And then I got checked.
we got
So you're
somebody
not gonna
calling
always
from New
get it.
York.
Let them come in. You're not gonna
Halito.
get it like how you want it.
Halito with Celestine. How are you?
Hey, Celestine, how you
Man, how you
doing?
doing?
Okay, and yourself?
How you doing,
I
Chelsea?
did have a question. For the virtual viewing, if someone is not, will there be able to have a copy if someone is not able to see it on the 4th? I'm asking for my sister
Yes,
because
it's
she
on
lives in
demand.
Maryland, but she has to work during the daytime. But will there be access to view it again if they're not there
Harris?
on the 4th to see it?
Yes, you'll be able to watch it. If you miss it on the 4th, you'll still be able to watch it.
Okay. All right. Perfect. All
So
right.
just
So I'll send her the link.
when you get your
Uh-huh.
ticket, when you get your online ticket,
Uh-huh.
you'll be able to rewind, fast forward, and all that other good stuff.
Okay.
You
All
can't
right.
share it though.
Thank
You'll be
you.
able to share it.
Peace.
Yeah, you just won't be able to share it. That's all.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank
Peace.
you.
Mm-hmm.
Peace, beloved.
What's up, Callie? What's good with you?
Chief Kelly in the building. Hey,
Halito,
I
Callie.
need some.
like I want to show your work. Like
Your
There
mic,
he is.
your mic a
put
little
me in,
low over
coach.
there. What's good with
Put
you,
me in,
Callie?
coach.
Okay, coming right on up. What I need to do? I can hear you. You just not loud. It's like you a little quiet over there. What up? It's like you whispering over there. Like, yeah, we can
We
hear
got
you.
No,
Chief
we can't hear you.
Kelly.
Barely.
What's
Hold
going
on.
on,
What's
Kelly?
up?
Yeah, I
I'm
can't
about
hear
to
it.
turn them up. Hold on, y'all. Give me a minute. I'm about to juice them up.
Hold on. I don't even know what's going on. Let me see something.
Oh, you good? They can hear you now. I'll override.
You can hear me?
Just blast you.
Halito,
Yes.
everybody, what's happening? What's good?
Halito.
What's good? What's good, big homie?
Oh man, chilling, man. I just got done working on some little projects, man, and I saw the link in my text, so I was like, let me jump on here real quick, man. Y'all up late, man.
We
What's
had a
happening?
really
Yeah, he like, look, y'all up late. This ain't like.
It's just hitting 8 o'clock here.
Right, and I'm actually on here. Right.
You know,
I
hey,
mean,
he
we're
like,
so
no, coach be
excited.
sleep. Coach with a bench sleep, boy. I'm 4 hours past my bedtime. Quit playing.
We're just all excited. We had a really dope build. First of all, I want to congratulate you. That song, Conscious Music, that is like in the
Oh yeah,
playlist. Like that song is so dope. I just want to congratulate you on that.
yeah,
Thank
that
you
was a
for that.
dope
That was
one.
whatever
Yeah.
inspired you. I hope
Respect.
that shit happens a lot.
That was a dope one.
That was really dope. And
I
yeah,
appreciate it,
introduction.
man.
I
I
see it
just
intro video. So that was great.
Yeah, I just try to
That
put
was
positive energy into the music. We got so much negative music, negative messages in our music being promoted to our communities and stuff, man. And I just refuse to be a part of that, man. So that's what the song is talking about. Like, I know the radio ain't gonna play this. You feel what I'm saying? But I'ma still do it. I'm gonna go against the grain. You feel what I'm saying? Every song on my mixtape I'm talking about something. It's nothing, you know. It's something like if you had a seminar going on or something, and you had a trap boy rapper in there, a gangster rapper, a stripper rapper in there. You feel what I'm saying? And then you had me, and your kids was in there. Who would you really want your kids to get a message from? Sitting in there.
Sell it.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, and where can we get the mixtape, Allie?
I just put it on Audio Mac. It's a platform called Audio Mac. Man, you can get the whole mixtape on there. You can download the whole mixtape for free. I just put the music out in the universe. I don't even sell it, man. I just put it out there. I shoot my videos and just put it out there and let it flow through the universe to wherever it got to go to, man. You feel me?
That's right.
So yeah, you can get it on there for free, man. Like it's on there. Whatever song you don't want the
but
whole
I'm booking Cali, so that won't be for free though. So I'm booking them. It won't be for free now.
I just try to set an example, man. I mean, I even like people that want, I don't shoot trap rap videos. I don't shoot negative energy music videos. I will miss that money. You feel what I'm saying? But some people have come to me with positive music, and I will shoot their videos for free just for the fact that it's a positive message. You feel what I'm saying? Like, and a lot of times I'll lower my price way down, like almost to nothing, for anybody doing positive music. You feel what I'm saying? Or have a positive message in their music, man, because, man, listen, we got enough negative. We know we're going against the grain. You feel what I'm saying? When we do positive music. So I just try to find a way, man, to entice our people to like change up the messages in our music, man, especially our rap music, man. This is what I be talking about we don't challenge nothing.
You don't want to just limit it to rap. Some of this R&B is pretty,
Yeah, that's true too. Well, I guess I just say rap because I rap. No, you're right, though. You're definitely right. I mean, and I'm even talking about a lot of stuff that's targeted towards us. Like even with my filming, I don't like anything I film, even the movie I filmed, Slim Chance, right? So when you watch Slim Chance, it might start out looking like your typical hood movie. You got to get to the end, and you're gonna see like, oh, there was a message all the way in this movie. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? Like, wow, like, you know what I'm saying? Like any project I do, film-wise, music-wise, even if I'm working with somebody else, I want it to be something that if we left this earth today or tomorrow, our kids will have something that was worth something. You get what I'm saying? Some type of message, some type of teaching, some type of inspiration, motivation, something. We got enough stuff killing us, man. And I don't see why we don't see that, man. Like, But this is what Grandma tour coming up, man. About to go down. We getting closer. You excited?
Yes. Yes, I am.
You performing?
Yeah, very excited.
Whoa. What? You performing?
Who, me?
Am I performing?
Cali?
Man,
all of that to say you're not performing.
Nah, I wasn't asked to perform, but nah,
All right. Oh, Coach Phoenix.
If they ask,
Oh.
I'm looking like
I'm
that.
just happy
all right.
to be here, man.
Okay, cool.
Man. Like,
all right. All right.
I'm good, man.
So, Coach, if Coach played the instrumental, like, you know what I'm saying? You just gonna let the instrumental play? You gonna just let it play?
Well, I'm gonna assume if you play the instrumental, you want me to get busy.
All right, good.
I can play the video if that's what y'all want me to do.
What's up, though, Mac?
Man, what's up, fam?
Man,
Chief Cali in the building.
Man, you need to get on some of these other platforms where I be at, man, so we can get on these lives, man.
Yeah, I got to. at any time,
Yeah, man.
especially if you're doing the music and all of that. We can incorporate everything.
Yeah,
I love
man.
this.
I mean,
I love that conversation.
I'm even trying to do more short films and stuff and film. See, one thing I try to do is find something positive to motivate our people, right? So when I was shooting the movie
Right.
Slim Chance, when I was shooting that, man, people would see me editing and they would see clips of the movie before I was done with the movie, and they was like, yo, that's dope, and you shot it in our hood. So they was like, man, how can I get in it? Man, I was writing people in the script. I was I was creating scenes just to get people in the scene, man. Somebody will be able to say, man, I was actually in a movie before. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
And that could change somebody. That could motivate somebody like, oh. And I mean, the crazy part is a lot of the actors were regular people, and they were dope.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they were dope, like, in
Right.
the movie. And I didn't use nothing but local artists. I used unsigned artists. I didn't use no mainstream artists. You feel what I'm saying? So, and I'm gonna do the same thing with the next project I do, because I want our people, you know what I'm saying, our unsigned artists, you know what I'm saying, to be able to get some type of shine. So,
Right
might have to
on.
crank something up, yo. What was the
Absolutely.
topic though? What y'all was talking
I don't
about?
know. I might have some bars too. I don't know. Y'all know I got bars. The
I like this
topic
topic.
is
Yeah, I know.
the topic
Yeah,
is
I know you
about
do,
how
Vinny.
Bishop killed Raheem. You know what I'm saying? Walking around here like a little gangster on that little thuggy and all that. Huggy. You know what I'm saying? Walking around here. You kill Raheem, Rodamez, and Quillez. Talk about talk to me nice, nigga. Say it with your chest. You know.
Oh, Vinny. Yeah, what's up, man? When you hitting the 8th, Phoenix?
I should be there tomorrow.
Oh,
Be
all
there
right,
tomorrow.
all right. Yeah, if anybody gonna be in the coming in early or anything, Friday morning I'll be going to feed the homeless. So if anybody want to join me down at Grady Hospital, I'll probably start there and move around. I just went down there the other day and I see they moved a lot of the people. So we'll probably start up under I-20 where they got all the people up under the tents over there, in the tents over there. So, and probably just go to the park, you know what I'm saying? Right there at 5 Points. But we're going to feed somebody that day. You know what I'm saying? We're going to make sure somebody eat that day. So anybody want to join me,
That's right.
we can do it.
If I'm there Friday, I'm going with you.
Oh, you
What
coming
what
in? You
time are
coming
we?
through?
Yeah, I'm coming in.
Yes,
What am I talking about Monday or Friday?
It'll
So I
probably
should be coming in.
it'll,
I'm gonna
it'll
either
probably
drive
be
in
about
or take a flight. I'll figure out tomorrow.
all
Yep,
right.
I'll figure out
All right.
tomorrow.
Yeah, that's what's up right there. That's what's up.
it's gonna be
Your mic down,
lit.
coach. What you say? Turn your mic up, coach.
Excited. I'm so excited. Oh, my cousin Donnie's
Yeah,
coming. Shout out to
it's a
my
lot of
cousin
positivity
Donnie.
going on, man.
What's up, cousin
We
Donnie?
just
I
gotta
can't wait to see my cousin
focus,
Donnie
man.
Oh,
Norwood.
Donnie's coming.
I can't wait to
We got to stay
see.
focused on keeping everything positive, man, because you know how people get some, man. You know, when they see things going on, you know, some people don't like when you do positive stuff, and I don't get that, man. And
Yeah, I was
I've been
saying we know Stacy coming in town. We'll probably be at the airport to pick him up if he don't drive. If he don't drive, you know, we
Yep.
oh
gotta.
well, that'll be a dope.
We're gonna have us a repeat of
Friday
last
night will
time
be
when
a
he
dope
came to
Indian
Georgia.
weekend.
Huh?
I hope so.
Friday night,
That's exactly what I want to
Friday
hear,
night,
brother.
He said- yeah,
That's exactly
hey,
what I
Friday
want to
night
hear.
gonna be
like
a dope Indian week.
Family.
ain't
This
nothing like
is
when
so
fam
dope.
come to town. I'm telling y'all, we have a good time. I'm trying to put something together for just the fellas anyway. We're gonna reach out. I'm gonna reach out to y'all. Then we get up with y'all to sit down and we can talk amongst the men. You know what I'm saying? I can't wait for it. I know it's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. I mean, I'm just ready to meet everybody, man. You know.
Yeah, same here.
What's up?
Yeah.
So hey, I'm gonna talk to y'all later. I gotta cut my nephew here.
All right, we'll holler at you later. All right.
I'll let y'all later.
Thanks for coming out.
Yeah,
All right, peace.
So check this
All
out.
right,
I'm getting ready to get up out of here too.
Yes.
I just
Yes,
wanted to
we are
stop in the
going
house with
to.
y'all.
Everybody getting out of here. I'm checking everybody out one by one.
Wow.
Yeah, we're ready to.
right, brother.
I'm gonna
Thanks for
get out of
coming
here. I'm
through.
gonna talk to y'all later. No doubt.
All right,
Y'all be cool.
you take care.
All right.
Peace out, chicken. Yeah, I'm getting I can't hear you, coach. Can't
Can
hear
you hear me now?
Callie
Coach,
either.
Can you hear me now?
yeah.
So we got
Yes.
Phoenix and Tasha left. Mac still in the building. Mac, where you at?
We had Mac.
Mac still
Mac in
here?
the back.
Yeah,
We had Mac.
he
Mac went
probably
to
stepped
make
away.
dinner.
Oh yeah.
Mac said a long time ago to go make dinner.
Yeah, it's just like 8 something over there. So I know I got a busy day tomorrow. So I thank everyone for coming out. Like we had a full packed show tonight. Everyone came out.
We really did. A lot of people came through. I want to thank everybody for coming through.
Right.
We got, some more to add to the build at another time.
Oh yeah, we'll get it
different
tomorrow.
various-
We'll find some time tomorrow to
Yeah.
get in and talk with these folks and let them. But don't forget to get your tickets. www.nograndmakillers.com, Eventbrite. Make sure you check us out. You get those tickets. It's a long event. Make sure that you got you somewhere ready. Get your notebook ready. It's a lot of information that's going to be brought from a lot of different people. And we're going to stream it all to you. Okay? So you're going to get the Friday event and your Saturday event. Okay? So whatever we have a dead spot, we're going to throw up some clips from Friday night so you can get everything from Friday night and Saturday night. So we're not going to stream live Friday night, so don't be about to go crazy. You catch it all on Saturday, all right? You will catch it all on Saturday, all right? So get your tickets now. And I think the next stop, as long as COVID goes back into remission, we will be in Texas around Labor Day weekend. So this tour is in full effect. Even if we got to stream the whole tour online, we are coming to your city. I don't care what nobody say. We coming.
We had to pull a BET award.
Come on. I'm trying to tell you. So,
and then the stream is going to be on demand for you guys. So if you miss something that Saturday and you up at 2 a.m. Saturday, you can watch it.
That's right.
It's going to be up there for a while.
You can watch
The only
it.
thing you won't be able to do is share the link, but you can watch it at your leisure.
That's right. So we are going to be meeting you all no matter where you at. We are one big family, and we are going to correct our problems in our communities, one community at a time. And I'm thankful for everyone, the Cab, shout out to them, Doodoo Vision, James Flame for them for helping out. Jerry, Carrie, Johnny, Mac, Callie, man, the list goes on and on. I can just name names for days. I want to thank everyone that's been helping out, and I look forward to seeing you all at the tour or at least streaming at home so you won't miss the event. Y'all ladies got anything to say? I think I said enough for myself.
No, I think that was great. That was great.
No, that was great. Perfect.
All right, so
All right, good night.
All right, y'all, we out of here. Peace.
All right, Anna.
Phoenix, let the world know the truth. Expose the lies, study the bloodlines, the aborigine of Phoenix, let the world know the truth. Expose the lies, study the bloodlines, the aborigine of drive before the Spanish, the Dutch, and the British arrived. Saying we was from Africa and stole a birthright. That's a trick move, something that a dirty war would do. Claim your nationality of the land, you get screwed. So we studied your background, your treaties you wrote. Fake as history, we ain't come over here on no boat. Frontin' like you indigenous to the land, you disgust me. The tomahawk is back in our hands, it's getting ugly. You running around screaming black power, cause it sells to the truth. Rivers veil with a bull and high hills. Native Americans but hurt, can't deal, cause they know damn well the trail of tears ain't real. Respect the aborigine, this land is ours, and though you all, you still a guest, motherfucker. I had one little, two little, three little Indian grandmas, but society keep killing them, telling me, I had one little, two little, three little Indian grandmas, but society keep killing them, telling me, House nigga, real nigga, fake nigga, feel nigga. My skin ain't black, what the deal, nigga? Salute on my real spitters, Aborigines, owners of the land and every goddamn tree and every goddamn sea. Invaders ever crossed, step foot on the land, and you can step the fuck off. Breathe. You can make us swing the sacred tomahawk. Fucking around with us with that black conscious talk. Fake pics of slave ships, that's the reference. If we African, look, you gon' need more evidence. I'm American, Aboriginal, indigenous. Your bogey DNA test. That shit is rhetoric. Stay woke, Aboriginal, get out. Your civil rights acts, all you can eat, big out. The Stockholm syndrome, make skits out. Phoenix Moon got the antidote, get that shit out. Meanwhile, I'm rapping about my birthright, fuck a freestyle. Teach each man, each woman, each child. Black races really Indians indeed now. Man, they indeed now. Holly Dog, Title 18, G goes. Pilgrims get re-go with Phoenix and Beast Mode. Bringing my peoples out of the sleep mode. We ain't black, colors, Africans, or Negroes. But 1 little, 2 little, 3 little Indian grandmas, but society keep killing them. Telling me, I had 1 little, 2 little, 3 little Indian grandmas, but society keep killing them. Telling me,